What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Tiege Hanley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Tiege Hanley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later.
What's going on is Anton from Anton Daniels. Like, what is going on? Why is it jumping around like? What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Apparently, I was lagging a little bit in the beginning. Uh, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I'm your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up, friends and family? Man, oh man. Man, oh man. God Flavor, you missed the movie review yesterday? Oh, I can't believe you missed the movie review yesterday with me and Slimmy. For those of you that may not know, we've been expanding our footprint. We've been expanding our footprint on the After Hours channel. It's not even named After Hours anymore. It's named Room 9. A lot of people don't know that. So we just quietly renamed it Room 9. And I wanted to rename it before it crossed 100,000 subscribers over that channel. Because then when I get the plaques with an S, because I will be having plaques for all of the people that participate on the channel, all of my friends, they all gonna get plaques. I want it to be named the future of what that channel is to be instead of the past of how we built it. So what up, y'all? Yes, Room 9. I like Room 9. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. When we did Room 9 yesterday, me and Slimmy, when we did the movie review, we call that, what is that show? That show was called Frame Fights. Frame Fights. It's called Frame Fights. Everybody loved that. I wasn't expecting for that many people to be in there yesterday, but everybody loved that. Everybody loved frame fights. So on Sundays, we frame fighting. Yeah, let me get a round of applause for Sunday. It was a good show. It was a very incredible show. What's going on, family? Is anybody in here, before we get started, does anybody in here feel behind? Is anybody in here? What up, Molly? Molly, I'm gonna get Molly to come on next time. Is anybody in here feel behind? just getting a litmus test. Does anybody feel behind? Before we get into the show, Slimmy was in his element last night. Shout out to Slimmy. K Cooper says sometimes. Let me see what else is happening out here. Yes, 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 yes. Sometimes, yes, yes, yes. Hi, Anton. What up, Tabby? Azriel says, on what? Thomas Taylor said, no, on anything. You can feel like you're behind in life where you're supposed to be. Me personally, and the reason that I'm asking this question is because um I feel like I'm always playing catch up every day. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people look at me and they say, well, you do a lot of content, you release a lot of stuff. I still be feeling like I'm behind, no matter what. Most days until I get to like Friday, a lot of times, I'm like, oh, and then I use the weekend to catch up on things that I thought that I needed to catch up on. But I always be feeling behind. Like today, right? So Mondays is usually my busiest day of the week. Mondays and Thursdays is usually one of the busiest days of the week. And so I woke up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And when you me, and most of you business owners or people with a lot of things going on in your life, when you are me, you wake up and within 2 or 3 hours, it's always somewhere having a dumpster fire. Somebody texting you, somebody calling you, oh, I didn't want to wake you up because such and such is in jail. We need some money to get him out. Another person calling you, oh man, I'm feeling this way. I don't know what to do. People calling you late last night, oh man, our flights was delayed. I'm not feeling it. I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Then you get your daughter, and shout out to my daughter. Oh, dad, I'm getting in late. I don't know if I want to go to school. And then you throw that on top of the fact that you're supposed to be working. And so one of the things that I used to do in corporate America was I used to block off my time. And anybody that's worked in a corporate environment knows that because you have so many meetings on your calendar, a lot of times you don't actually get to do any real work. Or when you sit down to do work, you only got a half hour, and then it's segmented, then you got to run to another meeting. And so I used to block off my time. And so there would be a gap in between my day. And that's also, a lot of people don't know this, that's also the way that I used to be able to stream in the morning time. So because I would block off a 4-hour window of my day, right? From 9 to 1 or from 10 to 2 or from 11 to 3, whatever. I would block off every single day. I would block it off and you couldn't throw no meetings up my calendar. And so that's how I was able to do the Millionaire Morning Show. And usually I would stream for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Now we usually get to about 3 hours every day or something like that, 2.5, 3 hours. But I used to be able to block it off and just remove the noise. That allowed for me to do whatever it is that I needed to do. You can't do that in your real life unless you hire people to block off the noise, right? So no matter what I do, yesterday, Kwame Brown was having a live stream and Gilbert Arenas jumped on there and then people sent it to me and said, this is what Gil said about you. And so I go on there and say, is this a live stream? Yep. Drop the link. Next thing you know, I'm spending the next hour and a half talking to them, right? Now, everything else is behind because you were supposed to go to the show and see Black Phone 2. I got to go to the show and see Black Phone 2. Otherwise, we not going to be able to do the movie review stream last night. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then this person called and this person called. And then you got to deal with this. And then all this, it's like, oh man, I'm behind again. Next thing you know, you up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And then you wake up at 4:30 in the morning. And then you back on it again. And so that's kind of the loop. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, I can't block off my time from a corporate perspective. So in a way, you kind of try to figure out how to hire more people. Okay, so we got to hire this person. I need this. I need a second assistant. I need this. And so you're trying to create space so that you can create opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So the opportunity is, all right, I need y'all to take this off of my plate so that I can focus on going and get to the bag. I can't get to the bag. I can't spend time in front of clients. I can't do a pitch deck. I can't meet with these people unless other people doing their job to the T. That's why I pay so much money, is because I want the best. I want the most effort. I want the best. I want everything. And so when people do their job and when everybody is doing what they're supposed to do, everything runs smooth. I want you to start thinking like a businessman. That's the whole point of this conversation. We have a tendency, us C students, have a tendency to think small, individual problems. We don't really value our time because you don't know what the value of your time is. The value of your time is the amount you make per year divided by the amount of hours in a year. That is the value of an hour of your time. So if you make $100,000 a year, chances are your time is somewhere between $11 and $12 an hour. And when you start to understand, okay, well, my time is really worth $11 and $12 an hour, regardless of whether I'm sleeping, I'm awake, because most people break their time down off of how much money they make per hour at the job that they're at it. But no, you still breathing, you still walking, you still talking, you still living, you're still doing all of the things that you do on a regular basis. Azriel says your time is priceless. I disagree. I think that everybody got a number. I think that everybody has a number. And your number is based off of what you generate divided by the amount of hours in a year. And so if you make $100,000 a year, which is roughly $11.20, $11.50 an hour, that's whether you're breathing, whether you're sleeping, whether you're working, whether you're having sex, going out to play, eat, whatever, your time is worth a little bit over $11 an hour. Because you have to trade in your time for money so that you can go and live the life that you want to live. So then when I hire somebody, because I am thinking like a business, when I hire somebody, I'm hiring somebody to spend more time doing the thing that I would have done so I can go and increase the value of my time so that I can add more resources and then hire more people and build more families and take care of business and do life. But if it costs me the equivalent of whatever my time is worth to spend 4 hours doing something that somebody else should have been doing, then I know that I'm not living my life the right way because my value is supposed to be going up. It's not supposed to be going down. Too many of y'all are wasting your time. Let's break it down from a simple perspective. Let's break it down, okay? If you make $50,000 a year, then that means that your time is somewhere around $5, $6 an hour, right? Let's just be honest. Let's keep it 100. Nobody got to say how much their time is worth, myself included. I'm gonna absolve myself from sharing my own personal details because I realize that makes people jealous, and then they feel some type of way, and then you get somebody all emotional inside of the chat. So I'm gonna take a different approach, and hopefully you receive it differently. Okay. If you make $50,000 an hour, that means your time is worth somewhere between $5 and $6 an hour. Do you have time to be wasting dealing with people that are not of value? Do you have time to be playing video games all day? Because I know you feel like you deserve it, but Nelnet and the private loan issuer said they want their money. When you look at the amount that you're paying in your car note and you see the interest that you're giving over to the finance company, how much is your time worth? Because if you make $50,000 a year, $60,000 a year, and you pay $200-$300 in interest a month, that means that every minute that you're breathing, every hour, whatever that is, that means it's going to take you what? 20 to 40 hours to pay them in interest. Depending on what your interest rate is, depending on how high your car note is. Do you have time to be playing games out here in these streets and acting like you don't have nothing else better to do? The value of $100,000 a year is the equivalent of $11 to $12 an hour. Not the hour that you spend at work, but that is $11 to $12 an hour. When you start to increase the value of your time, you start to ask yourself, is she worthy of having a conversation with me, or should I raise my standards of the type of women that I need around me? Because if you're not adding value, then what use do I have of you? Is that box really worth 2 hours of my time? Yeah, maybe if you make $50,000 a year, that's a win for you. If you making $2-3 million a year, that's some expensive box. Cause see, the minions are gonna tell you that you pay for it either way. I'm gonna tell you, you don't have to spend it like this because we need to calculate exactly what your value is. It's a simple conversation for them. It's very much complex. It's the reason why people that have money are so busy trying to buy their time back. We should be valuing our time differently. That will tell you if you need to get a second job. That will tell you if you need to hire somebody. That will tell you if you need to spend more. In the Bag Chasers and the Patreon, we call it the cost benefit analysis. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. We call it the cost benefit analysis. If I have a profitable business A, and then I also have a profitable business B, but A takes more time because the margins are smaller, and I have to massage it and make sure that everything is going right on A. But B, the margins are bigger, but I don't have to spend as much time running it. What do you do? What do you do? We going a little bit deeper now. So we're going to go slightly Patreon level, but we're going to pull back. What do? You detach emotionally from A, even if it's profitable. Why? Because I'm supposed to be spending more time doing B. So if I spend more of my time doing B, then I can increase my profit significantly. A gotta go. Because A is for somebody that's trying to figure out how to start their own business. They don't know no better yet. So we're going to sell them that. And then we're going to roll with B, because B is the thing that's the most profitable for us. And then when we get into B, that's when we got to start having a conversation about what? Freeing up my time to go and increase the amount that we making in B by hiring somebody to do B plus. What am I saying? I feel behind because I am not managing my time as correctly as I should. That means that I need to push. I need to push the people that surround me. I need to either push or get new people around me. I need to make sure that everybody is a well-oiled machine because I don't have time to babysit. Because I got a lot of things that I'm trying to accomplish, and I can't do that unless everybody is doing what they're supposed to do and everybody is proactively on top of things and they are the best at what they do. If you feel as though you are always behind, then that means that we need to have a conversation about how you spend your time. And make no mistake about it, how you spend your time also includes how you spend your money, because most people have self-inflicted wounds. Most people do dumb stuff with their money, and then they complain about the fact that they can't afford to live. Are we getting too heavy? Are we going too deep? Or should we just, don't worry about it. We'll come back to it. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me give some early acknowledgement to the people. Shout out to Mike, that dude. I appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. Always holding me down. I want to give a shout out to John Teal. What up, John Teal? Says, love for Tan Shakur. I want to give a shout out to my dog, Spencer Campbell. Shout out to Spencer Campbell. Abraham Washington, I appreciate you. Abraham says he wants a Millionaire Midnight Show. Ooh, I don't think I'm built for that. Because I'm already live. Oh, listen. The only way I could do a Millionaire Midnight Show is if the other shows are able to run on their own. The only way I could do a Millionaire Midnight Show is if the other shows are able to run on their own. Christopher Williams says, thank you for bringing value to our lives, bro. I appreciate you, Christopher. And thank you for holding me down, my friend. Let me ask y'all one more question. I'm not going to get into a soliloquy because I got to get into the show. Let me ask y'all one more question before we get into the show. Do y'all think that the shows, some of these shows should be able to exist without me? I know I'm on the shows, but do I really need to be on the shows? I think we should start testing it out a little bit. I think that they are more interesting without me. Maybe I'm preventing people from growing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm preventing people from, because if I'm there, then that means that people are more focused on me instead of being focused on the greatness that everybody else got going on. You know what I'm saying? Sai said maybe Monday, but nothing else. You wouldn't watch, test it out. Q show, yes. The others, no. After hours, don't need you all the time. All right, well, I'm going to continue to be on the show. I'm not changing nothing. Let's be clear. I'm not changing nothing. That's it. I was just asking what y'all thoughts were. Y'all don't even want to test it. I will also say that I continue to decline. Let me block this person. I gotta know in my spirit now, because y'all keep on trying to finesse me and reach out to me talking about y'all need $1,000 for your son's Christmas gifts. Single father of 10. I need $2,000. I'm over in stranded in Thailand. Can you please send me some more money? I gotta know in my spirit. I'm blocking people at this point. I'm blocking. If I feel like I'm being abused and used, I'm starting to block people. I don't like being abused. I don't like being abused. I don't like it. And I feel like people are abusing me. So I decided to go ahead and stop and continue to rock out. All right. Today we got the Q show tonight. We got the Patreon live stream tonight. I promise you we're going to do it tonight for sure. Before the Q show, we got the Patreon live stream. So that's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern tonight is the Patreon live stream for those of y'all that want to know. Q show tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, 10:05 p.m. Eastern. Vlog. I'm going to drop a vlog today. That's also coming. And we there. All right, y'all ready to get popping? Let me read some of y'all super chats and then we're going to get it popping. Absolutely great show last night. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy the show last night. Courtney Yeager Show says, shout out to you, AD. I appreciate you, family. I appreciate you too, Courtney Yeager. Levite Apparel and Whiskey News says, hello, sir. I hope all is well. May God bless you. May God bless you also. Appreciate y'all. All right. Let's get to it. Watson says, I knew you was planning your exit. I'm not. You want to know what my exit is? You want to know what the real exit is? I love live streaming. I don't want to do all of the other stuff that, afterwards. I just need to fully unload everything else. If I could just make videos and live stream, I would do every show all day, every day, but I don't want to do that other stuff. I need to be freed up so I can just focus on production and just putting together the great shows. That's all I want to do is do more shows, great shows, live streams, all of that. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. I don't want to do nothing else. All right. That's my exit. My exit is pulling up the microphone and kicking it. That's what my goal is. All right. Let's get started with the show, y'all. We got well over 1,000 people in here, so let's get it popping. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. The first place that I want to go to in this conversation is, I think this is Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken. Why is this not? Oh, I see what it say. I think this is Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken. And the reason why I'm including this, well, I'll have to share it with you afterwards. Thank you, D. I see you, all of the new bag chasers. But this woman, let me preface this by saying that this woman in particular was and did go missing. So she went missing and they was trying to find her and the police was searching for her. And they don't know who had took her, but then they found her remains. They found her body. They found her remains behind a dilapidated closed middle school. All right. Her name is Tiege Scott, and this is what's going on.
Well, they did find her body. It was certainly the very, very sad news that nobody had hoped would be the outcome, that of 23-year-old Tiege Scott.
Greg is back on this story again this morning. Greg.
Yeah, I mean, as you said it, Karen, I mean, this is a result that nobody wanted in regards to this missing persons case. And unfortunately, the remains that law enforcement found behind Ada Lewis Middle School over the weekend, it has been confirmed that that is the remains of 23-year-old Tiege Scott. Now, police say they found 23-year-old Tiege Scott's body after receiving an anonymous tip that led investigators back to the former Ada Lewis Middle School Saturday morning, an area previously searched by police. That tipster, according to sources, asked police to please go back, saying they missed her, and gave a specific location in a wooded area behind the vacant school. When officers went back, they eventually found a body in a shallow grave. Tiege's debit card and phone case were found in a different area by the school in the previous search. Tiege went missing the night of October 4th after arriving for her overnight shift at a senior living facility in Chestnut Hill. More than a week later, police arrested and charged 21-year-old Keon King in connection with Scott's kidnapping and for a previous kidnapping of a woman earlier this year that was originally dismissed when a key witness failed to show up to court. Investigators believe King was the last person to see her the night she disappeared. As mentioned, police say they found the body after searching the area a second time, which has led to quite a bit of frustration amongst community members.
We were back here, and our dogs were back here, officers were back here. Again, there is a lot of wooded area.
Why did they lie to us and say that they searched this school thoroughly with special trained dogs and drones? Why didn't the dogs pick up this scent? The body wasn't that deep.
I'm proud of the men and women in this organization that have, been doing the work to try to locate Ms. Scott. And again, in our minds, we know this was a possible reality.
I'm speaking on the behalf of the community. We need answers on why did y'all tell us y'all did a thorough search.
So let me get this straight, all right? Let me get this straight. They not concerned with who the person is that called in the tip that knew the exact location. Sounds like the killer to me. Sounds like the killer to me. They not concerned about the fact that the woman got kidnapped. They not concerned that it's still a killer out there on the loose. They not concerned about the fact that the community, this woman was out by herself. None of this stuff. They're speaking out because they mad at the police for missing her. This is the dumbest thing ever, bro. Anything to get mad at the police. That's what I call this phase of our lives. When you see what's happening at this point of our lives, y'all, let's just remember this. The name of the game is going to be called anything to get mad at the police. All right? Anything to get mad at the police. The people want to hate the police so badly and so much that now they're mad that the police didn't find her as fast as they wanted them to find her. Before we get into that, ladies, be very careful. Be very, very careful. Be very vigilant. Keep your head on a swivel and stop putting yourself in positions that would make you vulnerable. You need covering. You need a man with you. You need to be operating in pairs. Most times when people go after other people, they go after the most vulnerable, the easiest of prey. When you think about it, I was watching a video of a guy, and he said that he was a corrections officer. And he said that the weakest amongst them is usually the ones that get taken. And so he used himself as an example because he was trained and he had on his weighted vest. And he said he was 6'something, like 6'4", 6'5" or something. I don't remember his exact height. And that he was 300 pounds. And he said he was working to lose weight and stuff. And he said one of the things that he never worries about as he walks through his neighborhood and stuff, and as he was exercising, he said one of the things that he never worries about is getting kidnapped, because who in their right mind would try to kidnap a 6'5", 300 plus pound man because you become like you the hardest? That's too difficult of an issue. When you think about school shooters and stuff, people that shoot up, people that do all of this negativity in the communities, right? They don't go and tackle a police, you know what I'm saying, a police headquarters. They don't go to a police station. They go to a school with little children or something like that where they know it's going to be a path of least resistance. People by default don't want problems, but they still got to feed that fetish. They still got to get off whatever it is that they got to get off. When this girl got kidnapped, she didn't get kidnapped in the daytime, you know what I'm saying, at the grocery store where it's a lot of people. She was arriving for an overnight shift at a nursing facility, at a care facility. You're saying that the killer is in jail now. You don't know that. You don't know that. And he may be or he may be not. But it's a lot of, I don't think y'all realize how many people is killers out here. I don't think y'all realize how many people are pedophiles out here. I don't think y'all realize that it's a lot of sick people that y'all walk past every day. They holler at y'all all the time. What's up, queen? What's up? That nigga got full-blown AIDS. What's up, baby girl? Hey, you looking good today. Oh my God. He tall, he got braids, and he got herpes. What's up? What's up? Grand Rising, queen. Grand Rising. How you doing? That nigga just got done mollywhopping a chick. He beat the hell out of his bass chick. What's up, baby? You know what? These dudes out here, they don't know. They don't know a real one when they see one. We old school. We throwback. We like to take care of other women's kids. That nigga looking at your kids as prey. He trying to get to your kids. He trying to touch your little daughter, your little son. Touch your little son's wee-wee, babysitting him, trying to groom him. You don't know these people. Y'all think that you can vet, I'm going to get on a dating app. I'm going to get on Hinge. find me my life partner. We're going to go to dinner and we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of what your love languages are. You don't know these niggas. You don't know these people. He just got done whacking off and he didn't even wash his hands. And he handing you flowers with your dumb behind. You so dumb. And then they sit there and they say to me, well, how am I supposed to find my person if I can't date? Bro, it's monsters every day out here. You know why they don't tell you how many monsters out here? You know why they're not telling you that it's serial killers in Houston? Because they don't want you to panic and they want you to live your regular life. And so you walk around unassuming, not knowing, not realizing that you about to get your head cracked. You're about to get your head. You got a head cracking coming and you don't even realize it. You got a head crack coming and you don't realize it. So then I say, hey, ladies, move in pairs. Don't find yourself in a vulnerable position. All of this other stuff, so on and so forth, right? And they say, well, Anton, how do you find? Well, you need to not be dating. You need to be spending time, and I say it on a regular basis, you need to be spending time around people that you would want to rock out with, you would want to network with, that you think are dope business people that you go to church with, whatever. Your normal everyday environments, you need to be observing and kicking it with people without them having a special interest in you. That's how you vet. You vet by actually knowing who people are before they ever even take an interest in you. That way, you ain't got to get your head cracked. Anton, you don't know what you're talking about? Okay, cool. You got it.
We need answers on why did y'all tell us y'all did a thorough search.
And police have mentioned they understand the frustration from community members and they were expecting that response because there's just a lot of emotion behind this case. Now, you are looking at the school right now. At this point in time, there is a council member that is actually requesting that this school be demolished because she said it's not only an eyesore, but it's also now a center of a crime. Now, there is also another councilman, Anthony Phillips. He says that he's collecting donations to try to help the family during this tough time. He is requesting items such as toiletries, gift cards, non-perishable food items, other gifts for the family, and he's asking that you drop it off at his office, Councilman Anthony Phillips' office on Wadsworth Avenue, 1514 Wadsworth Avenue in Philadelphia. But then there's also going to be a press conference at 11 a.m. that is going to be held by the district attorney, which we can only imagine that it's going to be possibly additional charges added to Keon King, who was arrested in connection to this kidnapping case.
Christopher Evans says, I understand traveling in parts or in pairs. He meant to say in pairs. But don't easily shove off guys just because you think he might be a weirdo. If he approach you nice and acknowledge a friend, he might be a catch. Maybe, or he may be a predator. 9 times out of 10, the person that you are supposed to be with, you already know them. That's what I keep trying to tell you. I don't trust nobody. Okay, so let's play that game. Right? Baddie over here. Nice looking woman. Seems like she would be a nice little trad wife. Whatever, right? And she's a nice girl and all of this stuff and so on and so forth. And so just based off of observation alone and how she carries herself, she seems like a good person, right? Here would be my question, and this could be applicable to both men and women. Here's my question. What up, Brandy's Room? Here's my question. If she's so awesome, what the heck is she walking around as an adult, a 20 to 30-year-old woman, 25, 35, 45, whatever. So you telling me that she's 38 and nobody was like, oh, I need to wife her? Nobody caught her before I caught her? So I'm the first person to recognize her greatness. Beautiful, gorgeous, sweet spirit, and all of that other type of stuff, right? Now, this is much different than somebody that you organically kicking it with. Y'all know each other. Maybe y'all been cool for a long time. Y'all ran back into each other. Y'all just in each other's network. You see each other all the time, whatever, so on and so forth. Y'all run in the same circles. That's just a natural, organic reaction. Ain't nobody caught you. Cause see, you know they story. You know she got some bodies on her. She for the streets. They did whatever, so on and so forth. You willing to deal with her trauma. You telling me ain't nobody figured it out? And I'm the lucky one? I'm lucky. What? In 40 years, nobody recognized her. Nobody tried to wipe her up. Nobody do nothing. See, I'm naturally risk averse. So I'm just like, that's crazy. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with guys. Oh, he been a player his entire life. Player. He just walking around. He don't understand what's going on. He confused about life, but then bing, the light comes on because you're special. You can have her. You can have her. Is her available, whatever. But you special. You know what? It's love at first sight. What's the name of that show that be on Netflix or whatever? Love Without Borders. Not Love Without Borders. The one where they be talking in the pods and they can't see each other. The one where they be talking in the pods and you can't see each other. What's the name of that show? Love at First Sight? Love Without Sight? Something like that? Christopher Evans says, that's when you got to get to know her. Some women actually choose to be alone because they understand the dating market. It's a small number, but you never know. She probably genuine, but he was wasting time. Yo, Chris, I got this bridge. It's in the middle of Las Vegas. It's in the desert. Love is Blind. I got this bridge. It's in the middle of the desert. And I got it for sale. And whatever the price is that you want to pay for it, I got you, bro. Whatever the price is that you want to pay, I got you. But it's a phenomenal bridge. I got to sell it to you, dog. No woman on the face of this God's green earth is alone by choice. They don't want to be alone. They're not choosing to be alone. And even if they do, they not alone. Don't think for 1 second that you are just the only person that's talking. Man, I can't believe I'm sitting here having this conversation with grown men. I can't believe I'm having this conversation with grown men. Oh, Chris. All right, Chris, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you one more question. And then we're going to move on because rest in peace to the family. Let me ask you one more question, Chris, because we know that she's like, we're 99.9% sure that she's not a virgin, right? She's not a virgin. Did they take it easy on her also? Did all of the guys before you not know what they were doing? Is she celibate now? Keeping her life together, waiting on her Prince Charming, kissed a lot of frogs, looking for her prince? Were they gentle with the box? They only did missionary also? Is that what it is? Oh, man. Come on, man. Y'all got to wake up, bro. We got to wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Everybody is tainted until they not. You got to assume. They may not be, but you just got to assume. I'll make you sick. You got to assume that everybody took the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to assume. 100%. And if you anything like me, then you got a secret mark. If you're anything like me, you're going to mark her for life. What does that mean, Anton? Well, that's why it's a secret. That's why it's a secret. She will be marked for life. That's my territory. I have to mark my territory, and different guys mark different women different ways. Some guys try to give them a baby. Other guys may try to give them a tattoo. It could be a lot of different things. But if you're anything like me, you're going to mark her for life. All right? Rest in peace to the family. Ladies, be very vigilant. Don't find yourself out here in these streets getting caught up with the mess. I would really, really love for you guys to make it out alive, okay? All right? Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me see what's going on in these streets, man. Because I'm definitely a marker. Definitely a marker. Definitely trying to imprint. Shout out to my dog Cartez Cookie. Says happy Money Mondays. Yeah. Rob Brown says, I appreciate you, AD, but I would appreciate you more if you help me out. I'm stuck in country and can't get back. Oh, I got that text message today again. I got that text message today. I'm gonna tell you. I ain't even gonna lie. I blocked it. It's literally blocked. I blocked it this morning. After I sent the first 250, they hit me up a couple more days later and says, Anton, can I borrow another 250? Borrow? So you didn't borrow it the first time. Okay, I got you. After you told me that you gave it to a chick. Then they hit me up this morning. Well, I ain't going to go through all of those. And then they hit me up again this morning. First, they apologized for disrespecting me on previous conversations that we had. Don't worry about it. Don't listen. All is forgiven. And then they hit me with this one. I can't even cap. Oh, man, y'all not going to believe me. Y'all think I'm lying. You think I'm lying? I can't make this up. I'm not a liar. That's the one thing that people will tell you. Is that's what I do. I show the receipts. I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar. Today at 10:30, as I was trying to get myself together and prepare for my life, prepare for the day, because I know I got a lot of people to hit up. Hello. Hey, what's going on? Can I call you right back in a couple hours? What were you going to say? What were you going to say? Okay, what date is it? What time is it in the morning? I could probably make it. All right. All right, I'm going to call you back. All right, bye. Anton, man of God. You man of God, you Anton. I have $0 to my name. Let me add in a whole nother country. And I have to make it to next month. I'm depressed. I feel stranded out here. I don't have support besides myself. I'm reaching out to who I can. I need $100. I don't even want to ask. If you can help me, please, Jesus. Now, remember, I sent the money the last time. Y'all may not be familiar with that, but I definitely sent money the last time. This is the last time. Oh, that's my daughter. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. I remember that. Thank you, Leslie. When they said, they got to help somebody they in a relationship with over in Thailand. So we had a lady boy in that situation. Maybe. I don't know. I'm guessing. If you can help me, please, Jesus. If it's out of your comfort zone to help this way again, please pray for me. The situation I'm in is causing me so much stress, Frigga, Jason. And then I seen the iPhone bubbles come up again. I just went ahead and blocked it. Because y'all told me to start saying no. Y'all told me to start saying no. Y'all said, Anton, you got to stop being used. Anton, you got to stop being used. Somebody said that better not be your cousin. That ain't no family member. My family ain't crazy enough to ever go to another country with no money trying to chase some box. That is not a family member at all. And that is not a bag chaser at all. That is not a bag chaser. That is not a family member. Sly White says some shows would still work, but your presence definitely moves the needle. A la Peoples Hernandez, you're interesting, moody folk. Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to be on all the shows. We got this cute show tonight. Charlie LeBron says, AD, if she's single or more than a 1 or 2 red flag, you don't know what these women is doing, bro. There is no, you just got to know the person, bro. You got to know the person. You need to be kicking it with them. You need to be networking with them. The same thing, so on and so forth. All right. They call me Mr. Bibbs in the building, says, excuse me, sir. Do you have a couple of dollars for me to get on the bus? I'm trying to get to work. Why are you proud out super chatting me? Christopher Evans says, so wait, Anton, I got a question. Am I still weird for wanting to approach women in real life to get her number in 2025? Does that make me weird? Let me know something. No, I don't think that make you weird. I think you should do that. I'm saying that stop setting your expectations so high to where as soon as you meet a girl and you have a conversation with her, you automatically think that she's the love of your life and she's the queen. No, talk to people in real life. Yeah, talk to people in real life. I don't have no problem with that. I'm just saying that y'all need to stop thinking that these people is all these things before you get an opportunity to let them prove themselves. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yes, approach people in real life. I would prefer y'all actually approach people in real life instead of always sending a DM. And stop asking for their number right away, too. Don't ask for their number right away. Just exchange social media. Don't be so pressed. Don't immediately send a number. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be regular. Be a regular human being. A lot of people don't know how to be a regular human being, if that makes sense. Just be chill. Just be cool. If y'all connect, y'all connect. If y'all don't, y'all don't. Don't be desperate. Stop always trying to shoot up the block and all of this stuff. Just chill, man. Be patient. Be patient. I want to dig into this really quickly because we got to go over to Chicago. All right. And the reason that we need to go over to Chicago, we got to get the political stuff out of the way, and then we're going to get to the money. We're going straight to the money from the political stuff. The reason why is because there is an ICE arrest for an Illinois police officer. Now, we got to evaluate this because don't tell me that this is one of the reasons that J.B. Pritzker and Brandon Johnson is out here protecting people is because they got people within their own ranks that's not even supposed to be here. Don't tell me that y'all didn't vet legally. Now, I seen this pop up on my For You page today. I said, I got to include this. I ain't even seen the video yet.
Illinois at the center of President Trump's immigration crackdown, and one of the latest ICE arrests there might surprise you. Rajul Bajovic was working as a sworn police officer with the Hanover Park Police Department. Just one problem. He was visiting from Montenegro on a tourist visa and required to leave the United States over 10 years ago. Yet just this August, he graduated from the police academy and was given a badge and a gun. The town says he was cleared to work. Quote, all information we received from the federal government indicated that Officer Bojovic is legally authorized to work in the United States as a police officer. But now the illegal alien remains in DHS custody. Here to discuss the disturbing details more, former acting ICE director.
So let me get this straight. I just want to make sure that we all on the same page. He was visiting, supposedly, that's what he said when he came over to the United States of America. And he said, you know what? I think I'll stay. And he's lived life on a run for the last 10 years. Comfortable. Stayed over here during COVID. probably got some free tests, maybe even raise their kids in school, the whole 9 yards. And he very well may be a nice person. But how are you able to do this? Listen, we got all the technology in the world. I got the Infinity Stones. That's what my daughter calls them. What are the Infinity Stones? The Infinity Stones are all of the different colors. So if you go on your app, I got Delta, right? And if you go on your Delta app and you got pre-check and you got, whatever this and whatever that, if you got all of the things, like all of the little things, it's a green one, it's a purple one, it's all of these things, then that's when we say you got the Infinity Stones. Because it looked like all of the different colors that Thanos had on his wrist. I can't show y'all this because y'all gonna be knowing some information y'all not supposed to be knowing. But I got all of the Infinity Stones. TSA pre-check, clear, whatever you can think of, all of those things, right? And you have to go through so much to get it. I had my identity stolen back when I was like 18, 19 years old. I've told y'all this story before also, some of you OGs. I had my identity stolen a lot of time right before. Well, it wasn't even my identity stolen. It was a person that I was raised with in the hood, and when he got arrested, he told the police, "Oh, I'm Anton Daniels," because he knew that I was clean. Well, he still got arrested. They put him in there as his alias. He did his little time and he got out of prison and stuff. But that alias was still registered, right? It was still registered under him. So all of the things that I had to do all the way up until even getting my gun license, going through TSA pre-check, all of these things I had to go through extra screening to let them know, oh, that's not him. That's not Anton. So if I, as an American citizen with a license, has never been to jail, has never been to prison, I can't say ever been arrested, driving while license suspended, they got me a lot of tickets. So if I, as an American citizen, am vetted, I will tell you it's a blessing in disguise. I actually lost a job opportunity because of that one time. Yep. I lost a job opportunity. I was going for a job, and this was during the pandemic. Not the pandemic. This was during the 2008 housing crisis, right? After I had, lost my job at the plant and stuff like that, and I was in school. And I thought that I was about to get this good job at Trinity Healthcare. And when they did the background check, they like, who is this guy? Who is this? Whatever, so on and so forth. And I'm like, I would show it to y'all. Like I would pull up the person and show you the person and all of that stuff. But I think they free and they probably trying to do the right thing nowadays. And I know I got a pretty significant show. So I'm not trying to throw them under the bus. Maybe they've changed their life around and moved on. I don't know. I haven't talked to them or anything like that. They was like, who is this guy? And I said, well, you can clearly see his photo and you can see that it's not me. And you can see we got a different height and we born different years. And you can clearly see that that's not me. Do you know that they was like, nah, we not going to take no chances. This was like 2009 that they actually said that they was not going to take no chances because somebody had used me as an alias. And when they did a background check, and here's the caveat to that. He was still in jail. He was still in prison. He was doing 14 years for a bunch of stuff that he wasn't supposed to do, a bunch of crimes that he committed. And he had got consecutive sentences and all of that stuff. He had to do 14 years. He was still in jail. And they was like, no, we're not going to do it. We know that you did a great interview. We know that we offered you the position. We know that you're best for the job, but we're going to go ahead and let you go. But I didn't trip. I didn't trip about it. You know why? Because I just made up in my mind that it wasn't for me. That is one of the rare instances where, because you know you are 100% in the right, that you know that, in my opinion, God is just saying that this is not for you. This is not the best position for you. This is not for you. And it turned out to be a blessing in disguise, because what I did wind up doing and what I did get, it turned into a real blessing. So it was just motivation. It was heartbreaking at the moment because I needed a job. It was tough out here. It was 2008, 2009. And it was great to get a good job. It was great to get a job. But my point that I'm making is that the level of extensive background check that they do to make sure that you are who you are, that's why I couldn't understand, because we got better technology than we had in 2009. I couldn't understand for the life of me how the Iowa superintendent just so happened to become the Iowa superintendent when you had to go through all of these different background checks to even become a part of the public school system. How does a police officer in Illinois, get through the academy, get through all of this stuff, unless they actually made it okay and they allowed for it to happen? Because I have a hard time believing that this person was able to pass a background check without anybody knowing what's going on. Y'all seen what Tim Walz had did a while ago, where they allowed for illegal migrants and they said that anybody can have a driver's license over in Minneapolis? I have a hard time believing it. No way. Somebody did something they wasn't supposed to do, or it goes all the way up to the top to the governor.
And a gun. The town says he was cleared to work. Quote, all information we received from the federal government indicated that Officer Bojovic is legally authorized to work in the United States as a police officer. But now the illegal alien remains in DHS custody. Great to have you here, Jonathan. You know, I want to also note that the town said that this individual had a work authorization card issued by the federal government.
Crazy.
Not only did he have this card from U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, the card was valid and recently renewed, and he also passed a background check. How does this happen?
How?
I'm highly skeptical of what the town is saying on this, because we know in Illinois they are basically full-on pro-illegal immigrants. And remember, this is J.D. Pritzker signed a bill, I believe it was July of 2023, allowing non-citizens to be police officers. Amazingly enough, that you would have even non-citizens being police officers. But they knew this type of thing would happen. We know how Chicago, we know how Illinois treats illegal aliens, which is typically the same
better
or
than
better
regular
than
people.
American citizens. So I find it skeptical that there was any serious vetting. But it's a real problem that we would even have a system where non-citizens could be police officers. But J.D. Pritzker, again, signed this into law because they always put illegal aliens and non-citizens ahead of citizens.
You know, Jonathan, I also want to note, we've covered on this program multiple times.
I don't know how you can justify making a person that is illegally here in the United States of America, let alone somebody that wasn't born here. If you're a first generation American citizen, I'm not sure that we should allow for you to become a police officer. That sounds crazy to me. If you were not born here inside of the United States of America, how do you then become a police officer? And again, this is no disrespect to police officers that's out there getting to it and taking care of business and being on top of it. But even you becoming a citizen, it seemed like you'd have to be born here. Just like thinking out loud.
Des Moines County Superintendent, who was also here illegally. We have his picture. We'll pull it up. And while you address that matter, I also want to scroll his history of criminal conduct. You know, in this case, they said that they were deceived. They don't assert that the federal government said he could be here. But how many of these individuals do you think are working in police departments and teaching our students?
I think there are an awful lot of them, because that's also a school system which, again, was pro-illegal immigrant and doing everything they can probably to not find out, or even if they knew, they looked the other way. So I think there's a lot of them out there, and it's really shameful because, again, these jobs, one, should be for Americans, but also people that we should have good enough vetting, particularly for law enforcement, to make sure we have people legally here, and they really should be citizens. It's utter nonsense, and it's, again, people J.D. Pritzker, other people try to blur the lines between illegal aliens and citizens all the time, and this is just another example of that.
Yeah, I want to play a clip from Pritzker. He seems to have more of a problem with American citizens like Stephen Miller than some of these illegal immigrants in his town. Let's listen to this.
The people who serve for the president, including all the way down to ICE agents, can be held accountable when there's a change of administration. Stephen Miller is clearly ordering people to break the law. So, you know, he should know that, yeah, it may be 3 years from now that he is held accountable, but make sure, I think it's important for them to know that whatever they do now, it's not like we're going to forget.
So Pritzker wants to arrest Americans now?
Yep. They want to do it. They've been wanting to do it. They tried to do it to Trump. This is not anything that's new. We've been witnessing it. We watched it. We watched the witch hunt. We've seen them empower Letitia James over in New York. And again, I want to remind people, because it's something that was not covered on the national news. Fani Willis and her flunkies down in Fulton County, Georgia, that wound up getting in trouble because she had an outside relationship and she completely fumbled the YSL case. She is recorded as going to the White House and meeting with Kamala Harris for no official business prior to filing charges against Trump and the case over in Fulton County, Georgia. And so that is a fact. That is not my opinion. That was discovered on the official logs. That is public information that shows that they actually arrived there and they actually, met with Kamala Harris.
Yeah, exactly. He's basically threatening Stephen Miller and other people if they continue doing their job, which is enforcing federal law, federal immigration law. He's going to find a way to harm them. So it really is, threatening them. Again, the people that are putting their lives on the line, these ICE agents, putting them at greater danger and threatening to arrest them for doing their job. You really can't think of many examples in American history where a governor is standing in the way of federal law being enforced to this degree. And it really shows not only a lot sort of bad things about J.D. Pritzker, but where the Democratic Party is, because he wants to be the Democratic nominee for president. So he knows he has to be so radical on this issue, but not only favoring illegal immigration at every level, but also to harm the people trying to enforce it. And it's just really staggering if you think about it. But again, what he is doing and what Brandon Johnson is doing is really skirting the line of alien harboring and other types of things.
Yep. Law-abiding Americans. He wants to go after them. Thank you, Jonathan.
I remember, because I covered it, and it was actually discovered during a testimony of an ex-prosecutor. And they were saying that she had met with Kamala Harris, that Fani Willis had met with Kamala Harris before the Trump indictment. And it was also covered by the Washington Examiner, the Epoch Times. It was covered by a lot of different people. So I remember that. I remember it like it was yesterday. I made a big stink about it. Everybody acted like it didn't really happen, like it wasn't a big deal. It was a witch hunt.
In a newly released bombshell filing 2 days ago, for the first time, White House records were made public, revealing the fact that Ms. Fani Willis, the district attorney of Fulton County, was actively meeting with Kamala Harris shortly before the state of Georgia indicted President Trump. On February 28th of 2023, the meeting took place somewhere in either the side lawn or the tent of the White House, and it was a long meeting. It was about 5.5 hours long, going from 6:30 all the way up until nearly midnight. And the timing of this particular meeting is very important, which becomes quite evident when we look at a timeline of the events leading up to the actual RICO charges. All the way back in February 11th of 2021, basically about a month after the events of January 6th, Fani Willis sent letters to the governor of Georgia, as well as Georgia's Secretary of State, telling them to preserve certain documents related to a matter of high priority that her office was investigating, meaning that the investigation into President Trump began as early as February of 2021.
So, y'all can go and fall for the whole Kamala Harris okey doke of her book tour and her saying, these mother effers are crazy, trying to finesse y'all and trying to convince y'all that they are part of the crew and they are part of the clique. And, it's not a big deal. And I've always been for the American people. I believe that these are the dirtiest, the people that was in office over these last 16 years. I believe that they are the dirtiest people that you could ever believe in your entire life. I believe that they are the dirtiest people I will never forget. I will never, ever, 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 ever forget. Ever. It's people that's in office here. It's people that's running for office here. It's some connections that y'all wouldn't believe. But I'm preserving that for my own self. It's some connections. The way that the money is moving in this city is almost like, what? What? Some of the stuff that I've discovered, some of the stuff that people have sent me that they so scared to say and reveal and stuff like that, I couldn't believe it. Yes, I could have. Yes, I could have. I believed it. It wasn't even a thing. I believed it. I absolutely believed it. And you won't even realize how I got it. You wouldn't believe it if I told you how I got it. You wouldn't believe how I know how some of the stuff that's moving and the money that's moving through Michigan in general is coming through. You wouldn't believe how I got it. Some of y'all could probably guess, but others of y'all probably can't. You wouldn't believe how I got it. Listen, everything that you see on the surface is all performative. That's the conclusion that I came to. Everything that's on the surface is all performative. You want to know how I got it? You want to know how I get it? Niggas be pillow talking. Every time. Listen. The fastest way to figure out what is going on is ultimately through a woman. And then when you connect with that woman is going to be like, man, you wouldn't even believe what's really happening. He said this and this person. What? What? No way. You preserve that information. You sit down for 1 second and let me talk to you for a minute. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. People, listen, this is why I love women. This is why I love women. Women are the greatest tools on the face of the earth. Either they could be your worst nightmare or they can be your biggest asset. And women, dudes, I don't know. It's the thuggest, want to be toughest. I'm going to be the ruggedest. All of them, they talk, they sing, they dance, they could do your prance. Every dude out here that you think is tough got a secret that's being held down from a woman. Got a secret that they don't even be knowing the woman for a long time. They just start talking. Like, dog, you that smitten? You that smitten? Fools. But, you know, you don't always say anything. You just keep that in your back pocket and you keep it tucked. Keep it tucked. Have y'all heard about the Amazon outage? I did see about that. We'll get into that when we get to the money. We will get into that when we get to the money. Let me see what's happening out here in these streets. I love it. I love it when you talk, y'all talk. Ain't nothing like a pillow talker. Just love to give up all of your information. You tell everything about yourself and we just be sitting here like this. Every single guy out here, have secrets with a woman. All of them. Every single guy. That's why I keep telling you dummies. Let me get to this, AJ Wise. When I be on After on the Millionaire Morning, not the Millionaire Morning Show. When I be on the Q show and on After Hours, and I be saying stuff to Carrie and all of them and Q and stuff, and I say, hey, listen, never put your guard down. Even when a woman says, oh my God, I want to be so vulnerable. I love you. Oh my, listen, I'm your peace. I'm this, I'm that. Don't do it. Now you gonna hear this and you going to ignore it, and you going to do what you want to do anyway. You going to hear this, and you going to ignore it, and you going to do what you want to do anyway, and I can't stop you. But I tell y'all all the time, don't do it. Don't do it. Because that whatever it is either A, going to be leveraged against you at some point, or B, is going to be somebody else's secret, or C, all of the above. Don't do it. Don't do it. Y'all love to tell all of the secrets. You love it. You love it like nothing ever before. And it ain't that she even lying to you. She telling you the truth. She ain't lying. She not lying. She love you at that moment. Until she don't. Until she don't. I know some stuff about some of the most prominent people. It's like, whoa. Sometimes I even think to myself, this is crazy. I just keep it up here. You just keep it up here. Y'all been doing some wild stuff out here, and your baby mama told on you. Some of your favorite NBA players, some of your favorite NFL players. It's a lot of them out here. They moving wild, boy. They got some wild stuff going on. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And y'all just be talking and talking. And the next thing you know, you got a muse that's sitting on the couch and she like, oh, I know him. No, that nigga, he be on TV. You know him? Yeah, I know him. That ain't what you think it is. And I put the Obama leg up. And then you hit her with this after she talked. Girl, you crazy. I don't believe none of that. What? Here, I'll show you. They start scrolling through and they start showing you. Like, shit. Let me see. Airdrop that real quick. Airdrop that real quick. Let me see something real quick. Boy, you crazy. Just airdrop it, girl. You don't even like that nigga no more, do you? No, I still be messing. Oh, you still be messing with him. Even better. Even better. Let me throw that. I got a secret vault. I got a secret folder. It's inside of a couple cloud accounts with super encryption, eye detection. I'm not lying. I got a super vault. I got a super vault. Super encryption. You need 10 digits to get in on top of eye encryption and all of this junk. I got a super vault. Yeah. Y'all little chicks telling all of y'all secrets. I wouldn't care if it was a regular dude, but I'm like, I don't even like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like him. All right, but we gonna get there. Let's get over to Trump real quick. So we had a No Kings protest. Oh, shoot. All right, I got you. Hold on. All right, there we go. We had a No Kings protest over the weekend. What a No Kings protest is, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. I think that people are sheep and that they're stupid and that they're dumb and that they're ignorant and they do some of the dumbest stuff ever. But somebody asked Trump about these No Kings protests, and this is what he had to say.
What is your response to the protests?
Who are you with?
I'm with the AP.
With AP?
What's your response to the protests over the weekend, the No Kings protests on Saturday?
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people. They're not representative of this country. And I looked at all the brand new signs paid for, I guess it was paid for by Soros and other radical left lunatics. It looks like it was. We're checking it out. The demonstrations were very small, very ineffective, and the people who were whacked out. When you look at those people, those are not representative of the people of our country.
Mr. President, besides San Francisco...
And by the way, I'm not a king. I'm not a king. I work my ass off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all.
Besides San Francisco, are there other cities you're actively looking at for the National Guard right now?
Yeah. What about it?
I'm just wondering if you care to comment on that.
Well, we've used the National Guard to be very successful in Memphis. You can see the numbers there falling like rocks. Washington, D.C., Chicago is getting better, even though we're going through a lot. And, you know, we're trying to do it in a very nice way. I'm allowed, as you know, as president, like 50% of the presidents have used the Insurrection Act. You can use that. And everybody agrees you're allowed to use that, and there's no more court cases, there's no more anything.
Tara says, I am so disappointed. My brother went to one and took pictures with Jasmine Crockett. Is he gay? I think that that's a fair question to ask. Is he gay? If your brother actually went to a No Kings protest and then flicked it up in a selfie with Jasmine Crockett, I just have to ask, is he gay? I gotta know. I just want to know. Because there's a lot of guys out here, and Trump did say that I ain't no king, I just be working my ass off for the country. And I think that that's reasonable. I think that that's a reasonable response. That's a reasonable response. He said, bro, and I think it's almost like saying, bro, that's disrespectful. That is disrespectful. You said, no, just young. I don't know. I don't think that women can figure it out sometimes. You know, sometimes y'all have y'all blinders on, Tara. Y'all be having y'all blinders on and y'all don't see it. He not gay. He just gay adjacent. He just cool with a lot of gay people. Somebody told me that this weekend. Honest to God, I can't lie. Man, these conversations be coming full circle. Somebody told me that this weekend and they said, I said, what do you think? You think he gay? He not gay. He just like hanging around a lot of gay people. He got a lot of gay friends. Like, what you mean by hanging around? Like they just cool and passing. They, you know what I'm saying? They met at work, or maybe they just part of a networking group or something. Like, no, he come over for, I mean, they come over? What do you mean? What do you mean? It's not the thugs that you gotta, I mean, it's not the homosexuals. It's not the guys that sleeping on chick spot couches. It's not the metrosexuals. Sometimes it's metrosexuals, but not entirely. Metrosexual guys, they kind of just want to take care of themselves. And you know, but they don't ever get their hands dirty. So that's kind of a weird thing. But now, you really got to worry about the tough guys. That's why the tougher that they are, I'll be like, little sugar in that tank. The tougher that they are, if you're not just a normal guy, and you could just be a tough dude, like you could be DMX too, DMX Light. Like you could be a pit bull, right? Pit bull in a skirt, I guess, so to speak. But I'm telling you, man, the tougher that I see these dudes are, I want to get they always want to fight real fast. Honestly, all of the women been telling me that it's them. Them is the ones that you got to worry about. Them is the pillow biters. And then the women keep talking about how man, women they'll tell you the whole, y'all got to get some women friends. Y'all got to get some ladies that's around you that add value. They'll tell you, no, he not gay. He just want me to put your finger where? What do you mean, put your finger? Is this my finger? 1, 2, 3 finger? Say again. Say one more time.
Trying to do it in a nicer manner, but we can always use the Insurrection Act if we want. I mean, you take a look in the past, one in particular president used it 28 times during the course of a presidency. So we're allowed to do that. We thought we could do it in a very nice way. All we want to do is have safe cities. We're not looking for anything that would be spectacular other than crime-free becomes spectacular. We want to have great crime-free cities. So I'd be allowed to use, if I wanted, the Insurrection Act, and then all of this nonsense would go away. You have the absolute right. It's the strongest power a president has, and you have the absolute right to do it. We wanted to go this route, but we get sued every time you look at somebody. You look at somebody the wrong way, and you end up getting sued.
And I truly think that Trump is doing a great job. But I did see a lot of No King protests, and of all the footage that I observed, I thought that Nick Shirley did the best job. Shout out to Nick Shirley. I think he's about to cross over 1 million subscribers at some point because he out here hustling. I thought that this was an interesting conversation.
What's your sign say? Immigration is America.
Yes, sir.
Do you support the deportation of illegal migrants?
What was that?
Do you support the deportation of illegal migrants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. She's saying she doesn't.
If they're illegal, then yeah.
Do you not support?
Most guys don't even know they liberal until they get with a woman that says that they liberal. Most guys, I don't even fault him. What is it? What is his nationality? What is his nationality? I don't know what his nationality is, but I don't even fault him. I don't even fault him. Because this is no different than what we seen during the 2024 election with Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. This is no different than what I seen during the election of Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. Y'all literally voted in mass for her, knowing that she had not a best interest in her heart for you guys to save your life. And you know what you did it? You did it for the box. You did it for the box. You said he looked at her like, why you confused? No, he didn't. She looked at him and said, who do you think you are? And there's no woman that'll actually break up with you faster based off of the way that you vote than a white woman. I know y'all think it's black women, but let me tell you something about black women. Black women are only like that with men that they deem as beta. Beta! Black women is only like that with men that they deem as beta. Because you can find some of the most liberal black women, but if she like you, all of a sudden she's going to be conservative. She's going to be Republican. It might take her a couple weeks to get herself together, but you know what? I don't want to work no more like that. I thought I wanted a career, but I just want to have fun. I just like doing this and that. I just want to be up under you, baby. Next thing you know, I don't like Democrats. What is a Democrat? All of these black women that y'all keep seeing on TikTok and Instagram that's talking conservative values, that's not her. That's the man that she with. She only talking the language of the man that she with. None of these women, let me tell you something, none of them are actually conservative because that was the thought that was put in their head. They talk in the language of some man that they like. And it don't even have to be the man that she with. You missed it. You missed it. You missed the bar. For all of you overly liberal men, if you just so happen, this is the fastest way to know whether or not your chick is having an emotional affair. And the emotional affair that she having, it's not even with nobody that she know in her real life. Sometimes it's somebody that she know in real life. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's somebody that she looking at on the internet. And the fastest way to know that you lost your chick is if you a liberal man and you love Bernie Sanders and Kamala Harris and Zoran Mamdani. And she said, hey, babe, but we don't really live like that, you know? Or if she just so happened to start having conservative Republican values, that ain't from her, that's from me. I'm sorry, not from me, that's from him. That's from him. If you see your chick go from feminist to conservative, that's not your chick. That's not your chick. Jonathan, you don't want to pay. You not listening because you want to have your own mind. You not listening. That's not your chick. She is different now. She think different. She want different. She looking for masculinity. She don't want to think the same way. She said, oh, wait a minute. I ain't got to pay no bills over here. Keep on having to put you on her health care coverage. Keep on having to pay your car note. You ain't got it this month. You cool with being semi-poor. You working, but you only working 25, 30, 32 hours a week. And depending on what the new game is that come out, now you don't want to work as much next week. When she see him, you done. You're done. Oh, babe. I've been like this the entire time. I've always played video games. Look at my new headset. You done. You're done. You're done. You're done. No more box for you. Then she gonna disconnect from you. Now, when she give you box, it's unemotional. She just going through the motions. She keep on saying, I don't know. I'm just so tired. And she got her a conservative Republican man. It's a conservative Republican somewhere. And so the only time she can get into it is she thinking about being with him. It's a conservative man somewhere in her life. Who is he? Who is he? And then so now you realize it and you want to change a little bit. Babe, I'm trying. I asked my job, can I get more? I asked my job, can I get more hours? I'm trying, babe. They not add no more hours. The only reason I'm here playing video games right now is because they let me go home more early today. Because I thought that I could be with you. Nigga, she don't want to see you. She don't want to see you. You know how you know a chick is an adoration of you? Hey, you leave. Hey, I'm not going to be home till later on tonight. Oh, babe, you working? Oh, my God. Okay, I can't wait to see you. Nigga, they don't want to see you all day. They want to see you when you tired. They don't, listen to what I'm saying. You've been dealing with children. You're not dealing with grown women. Grown women don't want to see you all day. They going to say they want to see you. They going to want to see you, but they don't know that they don't want to see you because they want the best of you. The best of you is when you get home because you've been so busy getting to the bag. So now they like little puppies waiting at the door. Oh my God, okay, I'm so happy. Give her some time to miss you. Go get some money. Go knock over some doors. Go run up a bag. Go take care of business. You're so busy being available all day. She get to see the worst of you. You farting. Because you've been sitting in the same chair, woke up, jumped right on the game, hit the button, turned it on, never brushed your teeth, never got in the shower. Saturday, the first thing you do, you don't pray, you don't brush your teeth, you don't wash your hands, you don't do nothing. You can't cook for yourself. If she gone for 2 or 3 days, that same plate gonna be in the sink the same way because you so addicted to the game. That's why your marriage failing. Let me get back to the video. Let's rewind this a little bit. Let's see what's going on.
Okay. She's saying she doesn't.
If they're illegal, then yeah.
Do you not support the deportation of illegal migrants? And why not? He does and you don't.
It's not illegal.
Okay. If someone crossed over the border illegally, should they be deported?
He don't even know what to say no more. Because now he's conflicted. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place now. He's conflicted. He don't know what to say. On one hand, Angel on the shoulder is saying, stand up. It looks like a Rafsha. Stand up. Be a man. Grab your masculinity back. Stand on what you believe in. The other side of him is saying, oh my gosh, she may not like me. I may not be able to get no sex. Oh my God. She might like you more if you actually stand on something.
I'm not too sure about that.
But you just said that if they should deport illegal migrants. So if somebody came over the border illegally, should they be deported?
Maybe if they're found guilty of that in like a court case with due process, then sure. But yeah, I think in those circumstances, then yeah.
Okay, cool. And what makes you not support that?
I think it's just it's only a civil offense, and I think borders are inhumane to begin with.
Should we get rid of all borders?
Borders are inhumane to begin with. And this is the woman that you chose to be with.
I don't think that we should abolish countries, but I do think that there shouldn't be such strict immigration laws.
And for a country without borders is not a country. Even the most liberal Democrats understand that.
Since right now you have lots of deportations going on. Trump has deported around 400,000 migrants so far. Underneath Obama, he deported 3 million when he was president. Why do you think there's such an uproar of protests across America? And a lot of it is, one of the main issues is because of the immigration and the deportations that are going on. Why do you think there's such an uproar now that people are being deported versus when somebody like Obama or even Clinton deported migrants as well? And Obama and Joe Biden deported people, but he also brought in a lot of people. So why do you think now, because Trump's president, why do you think now they're trying to get all upset about the deportations?
Because they act in very Gestapo ways. It's very racially motivated. There's no due process. It's very inhumane the way they're doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
And what makes you believe they're not getting due process?
Oh, when they go to show up to the court cases, they get kidnapped by ICE agents before they even get to go into the hearings. Or maybe they get out of the hearings and they get, snatched up by ICE. It's making it so that people are afraid to even go to the court cases, to the hearings, and it's making the process a little shady and underhanded. So I feel like once you start to mess with like the legal system surrounding it, and you make it so like that people are scared to go, and it kind of just makes a mess of things, quite frankly. Yeah.
Thank you guys very much for your time. Thanks for being out here. We hope.
When I seen this, I cracked up. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I could not believe what I was seeing. It was also another content creator that actually got beat up at these protests. He was one of those extreme people. I actually have blocked him on my social media platforms. Let me see something if I can find it. Is his name Andre Miller or something like that? I don't remember what that dude's name is. What is that dude? Did y'all see that? He was a Republican conservative dude, and he real annoying. And he was at the protests, and he actually got beat up. Have y'all seen that? What is this guy's name? What is that guy's name? I don't know if y'all ever heard of him before, but I actually seen a couple of his clips that he had got beat up. What is this guy's name? Did I save it? I don't think I saved it. All right, I'm gonna find it. Now y'all gonna make me find it because I thought it was hilarious. Andre Williams, I think that's his name. Yeah, let me pull this up. I can pull it up here. I think that's his name. Making us conservatives look bad.
I'm in nigga bitch paradise. I found every bitch in Detroit Halloween costume right here. This is the Hair Hat Emporium.
Yeah, I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy at all.
Get where this nigga landed. At no King's Day protest here in Detroit, I was arrested and assaulted by multiple people. I went there to counter-protest and, of course, preach an anti-immigration message. Also stand as a veteran against these anti-American...
Yeah, let me post this. Let me pull this up.
This nigga landed. At a No King's Day protest here in Detroit, I was arrested and assaulted by multiple people. I went there to counter-protest and, of course, preach an anti-immigration message. Also stand as a veteran against these anti-American protesters who hate America and hate everything America stands for. I went there alone by myself, and I was met with tons of Antifa members wearing shirts and hats, proudly saying that they were Antifa to me, calling me a Nazi, calling me a house nigger, calling me a coon, and saying I'm a race traitor that should be shot. And mind you, this is from white liberals, by the way. Of course, there's comments on all these videos lying and saying that I was attacking and...
Here's the thing, though. Right? Because we could sit there and I could say, okay, you know what? And usually that's what happens. Like you'll be like, okay, yep, that's what happens, whatever. It's not good. But then he'll say stuff like this, right?
I'm in nigga bitch paradise. I found every bitch in Detroit Halloween costume right here. This is the Hair Hat Emporium. I'm in nigga bitch paradise.
And I don't even know how this stuff exists on TikTok, bro. And I'm being honest with you. Like I see, I could post something on TikTok and they be like, oh my God, no, you gotta flag it and all of this stuff. And then he come on here and he say some of the wildest stuff, bro. And honestly, I think that he's an embarrassment, bro. I don't like him. I genuinely don't like him. And the reason that I don't like him is because like you could tell that he a try hard. You know what I'm saying? You could tell that he's a try hard. And then they beat him up. They put their paws on him.
Losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up. I'm saying like bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand. The type of skits I'm on, you wouldn't understand. Big
dog, you listen. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me say something like this real quick, and then we gonna move over. Ain't no way in the world you can have a man that look like he got UGG boots on and hammer pants on, throwing you around in the Motor City in Detroit. Ain't no way in the world that you got liberals mollywopping you and throwing you around. But this is a This is a teachable moment. This is a teachable moment. This is a teachable moment. Everybody knew that his time was coming eventually, that he was going to run out there and play to me. All right.
I would not hold your hand. Broke bitch business. I cannot be your man. Never got his ass until we open up that can. Damn. Losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up. I'm saying like bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand. The type of skits I'm on, you wouldn't understand.
Hell no.
Big dog.
Hell no. Hell no. I can't believe they got you on the ground, big dog. And they cuffed you. And you got a nigga with Ugg boots. He got the Yeezy Ugg boots on you. Putting paws on you. Putting paws on your face. Boy, you need to go ahead and retire at this point. I don't know him. I don't know him. I seen some of his stuff on the internet. And it just seemed like, all right, you trying a little bit too hard. I'm not really sure if you believe this or not. It seemed like he just trying a little bit too hard, that he don't really believe it or nothing like that. And so, I was like, he not going to make it. Because listen, a lot of times people be like, oh, they from Detroit, you from No, bro, listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all before we move over to the next part of the show. I'm going to keep it so real. I'm going to keep it so 100 with you. All right? A lot of times, y'all think that these people are from Detroit, and they might be from Metro Detroit. All right? I don't know his story. I can't speak his story. All I can say is what I seen. But a lot of these people are from Metro Detroit. They be from Melvindale, Taylor, South Lyon, Novi. They're from, they from Pontiac. They feel like they from the top. He ain't from Pontiac. They say that they don't be from here, bro. Farmington Hills, Molly. Facts. They don't be from the city. They don't be from the city, bro. They just don't. And so a lot of people will say it, or what they'll do is they'll live outside of the city, and then they'll come into the city, and then they'll be saying stuff like they be in the city, but they come in to record content and they go home. You know what I'm saying? They come in, record content, and go home. A lot of them don't be born and raised here. And again, I can't speak from him, and I can't say what he is and where he ain't from, but all I can say is, because you should have known better than that. You should have known that a dude with Ugg boots was going to put paws on you. No, he's not from Southfield either. I ain't even going to say Southfield. I don't think you're from Southfield. No way. No way. They'll go inside of the beauty supply store. This is where all of that. It's like, come on, you trying too hard, right? It's one thing to hold women accountable for the things that they do when they say it. And you have to be objective enough to say, all right, listen, this ain't all women. This may be a part of Black culture, but this may not be all Black women. But this is the personification of what most Black women embrace inside of the culture. And that's a completely different conversation, bro. Completely different conversation from seeing a woman as being ghetto and saying, man, you a hood rat, and calling a spade a spade. And you can't be so one way to where you can't actually acknowledge some of the stuff that other people do good, or you also need to be addressing white liberals, right? Because I'm going to tell you, if you look at what's happening from there, white liberals put the paws on him. It wasn't even Black people. Black people have nothing to do with it. If you go to these No King protests, I seen them that was out in the streets. It was during the time that they was also doing the marathon run. Black people wasn't even out here like that. Them is white lip. He got paws on him from a snow hare. I would have even been able to, okay, you know what? Because everybody, you can't win them all. You're going to take a L. You're going to give some. You got to at least put up a good fight, though. You got to put up your deuce. You can't be. If a nigga pull your jacket over your head. Let me see this again, bro. Nah, that's unacceptable. That's just unacceptable. Never let anybody pull your jacket over your head, bro. Don't ever feel like you need to stare at somebody's cock. Now, if they put a jacket over your head, you just, honestly, I wouldn't even have jumped on the internet, given no explanation. I just would have went home and went to sleep. That's a go to sleep moment. Honestly. That's the time that you just go to sleep. You know what? It's two times that you go to sleep. Like you just take a really good nap. Either you lost a lot of money at the casino, you get real sleepy. You drive slow, and you go to sleep, you lay down, try to forget about it, shake the loss off. You try to get that up out of your system. You wake up and you realize, God damn it, I lost so much money yesterday. Or when you get a good whooping, and that could be applicable whether you a little kid. Little kids go to sleep real fast after a whooping. I don't know what to do. It drain everything out of them. Or you get mollywopped. And if you get a coat pulled over your head, nigga, you don't even go to the hospital. You just go to sleep. You just go to sleep, bro. You just go to sleep. Either you lost a lot of money at the casino, or you just got beat the hell up and they pulled your coat. If you get your coat pulled over your head and you can't see, and you start doing stuff like that, wrap it up, bro. It's not your day. It's not your time, boss. It's time to go home. Time to take a nap. Wake up the next morning, start all over again. You gotta reset. You gotta reset, nigga. You gotta reset. You reset. That hurt it. Just reset. If you ever see me at a protest and I get beat up, I'm going to take the rest of the week off. It happened to you, OG Rihanna. You took that L at the casino. If you see me get beat up at a protest, if you see a nigga pull my shirt over my head, I'm going to take the rest of the week off. I'm going to let the internet cool down for a second and I'm going to come back the next week. He was over there they put the Kendrick Lamar music, boom, bop, bing, bang, boom, bop, bam. You lose so many aura points. That nigga lost all his Sonic rings. That nigga lost. He can't even come on the internet, and he tried to lie to us. Hold on, let me go back to this real quick. I just got to see this. He tried to lie to us on the low, though.
Beating on people. Nigga, if that was true, I wouldn't be getting out on a fucking Sunday. Get where this nigga landed. And no king was a Nazi. Get where this nigga landed. At a No King's Day protest here in Detroit, I was arrested and assaulted by multiple people. I went there to counter-protest and, of course, preach an anti-immigration message. I also stand as a veteran against these anti-American protesters who hate America and hate everything America stands for. I went there alone by myself, and I was met with tons of Antifa members wearing shirts and hats, proudly saying that they were...
Rule number one. When you a wanted man and you saying crazy stuff and you don't even realize whether or not you can walk around comfortably in your own city, rule number one, don't go out there with a bullhorn by yourself thinking that you me. You not me, nigga. You can't go out there and do some of the same stuff that we doing. We not the same type of Republicans. They look at your hair and they say, not him. Nah. What you weigh? About 120, 125? They wasn't scared of you. They wasn't scared of you. You walked out there by yourself against some snow hairs. Boom, bop, bing, bam. Let me hear what else he had to say.
Antifa to me, calling me a Nazi, calling me a house nigger, calling me a coon, and saying
Ain't that what you just said to other black women? Oh, let me see something.
I found every bitch in Detroit's Halloween costume right here. This is the Hair Hat Emporium. I'm in nigga bitch paradise.
Yep, that's what you said.
Race trader that should be shot. And mind you, this is from white liberals, by the way. Of course, there's comments on all these videos lying and saying that I was attacking and beating on people. Nigga, if that was true, I wouldn't be getting out on a fucking Sunday. The organizers of the event were encouraging people from the crowd to go and attack me and push me. People were trying to hit me with their bikes, push me on the ground, trip me, all the type of things.
Nah, nigga, that's not what I'm saying.
Business, I would not hold your hand. Broke bitch business, I cannot be your man. Never got his ass whooped until we open up that can. Damn, losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up. I'm saying like, bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand. The type of skits I'm on, you wouldn't understand. Big dog business.
What kind of boots this nigga?
Losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up. I'm saying like,
oh, nigga, you had on some look, they gave a finger to you at a perfect stop. You got on some Florshams? You got on some what do they call these boots? You got on Chelsea boots at a protest? Wait a minute, brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on. This nigga ain't from Detroit at all. You got on dress pants, Florshams, and you got a bullhorn in your hand, and you said that you was gonna go by yourself into a protest with some Florshams on. You couldn't get no running shoes, you couldn't get nothing, no Asics. Come on, bro. And see, this is the type of person that make good conservative people look bad sometimes, man. Honestly. This is the type of person that make conservatives look bad. You out there in Florshams, but them people got Ugg boots on. Ain't nothing wrong with listen, your car. There's nothing wrong with Florshams. The problem is that he wore them to a protest. What did you think was gonna happen? You ain't got no hoodie. You ain't got no black tee. You not ready. You put your good glasses on, your good church clothes on, and you grabbed your bullhorn. You prepared for this. You said, it's no King's Day. I'm going to give me some good footage. I'm going to go viral on TikTok. And you went out there and you got beat up by white Antifa people. And they beat you up like Klansmen. They beat you up like Klansmen. White liberal, you let, man. Oh, dog. I'm sitting up there live streaming with Kwame Brown and Gilbert Arenas, and you getting stomped out on the boulevard in the city and arrested at the same time. You got to do better than that, dog. You out there by yourself getting stomped out by white Antifas? Man. Nope. Hell no. I didn't even think that they could do that. I didn't think that they would do that to such a black man. Listen, Jonathan, I'm not saying that white boys can't fight. I'm saying don't get stumped out in your Chelsea boots. He not prepared. He not prepared just in case it go left. That's the problem. Hey, police officers, arrest those people. Detroit police don't arrest people for stomping out a nigga. That's not what they do. A lot of people don't know this. Detroit police has been tasked with tackling the most craziest of crime and keeping the peace and making sure people get out of there safely. You get your ass beat, you just got your ass beat, bro. That's a you problem. This ain't Farmington Hills, bro. You got to be prepared down here. A white liberal might mollywop you in front of the police, and then you're going to go viral. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Should have stayed out of that. Stay out of that. Stay out the way. If you're not prepared for the get down, and I don't even mind if you lose, but you got to put up a good fight. You can't be getting you can't get your jacket pulled over your head and scuffing up your good boots. I'm going to read Super Chat shortly. I want to get into this Stephen A. Smith conversation. I actually had seen a little bit of this. I did a separate reaction video to this, but I want to do break it down because I seen a different portion of it towards the end that I didn't get to, and I want to have a discussion about it. And let me show you what he said. It's around the 118 mark. And shout out to the Pivot for producing such great content.
Yeah, I'm making a little money. It ain't $60 million a year. I ain't worth $1 billion. If I had that kind of money, how would I be? What would you be able to tell me? Think about that. Do I look like the kind of man that be like, I got $1 billion. I'm just gonna sit back here and enjoy my life. I don't give a damn about what's happening to the rest of the world. I ain't built like that. But I know a whole bunch of cats that I cover who are. But they don't give that impression. They act like they there. Here we are. Full of it. Full of it. Not most, not all. I'm just talking about a few. Full of it, talking. And I'm very, very uncomfortable to deal with because I know it. Because I see what they're doing and what they're not doing. And they know I know who they are.
So I have a question. Should we see it as bullcrap, the Stephen A. for president talk? Let me put it this way. Are there truly people who would support you
without question
running for president?
I think I could win it. I'm not playing. I think I can win it. The issue for me is two things. Number one, I got to give them my money. They ain't have it.
Well, let's stop there for a second.
I'm not trying to give up my money.
How many of y'all actually believe that Stephen A. Smith has a fighting chance to become president of the United States of America if he ever wanted to run for president of the United States of America? I'm going to read y'all a super chat shortly. How many people watching this believe that Steve A. Smith could win and or would be taken seriously to run for president of the United States of America? Everybody's saying nah. Yeah, right. Bugging. Nope. Nah. Nope. Stephen A. Democrat. Laughing my A off. We elected Arnold the Terminator. We elect anyone these days. Not a chance. Nah, not a chance. Yes, I do, says Jason 18. Nah. Yep. No way in hell. Wouldn't even win the nomination. 40% chance. Tim Walz had a better chance. Didn't he get punked by LeBron? Nope. Nah. Maybe mayor. All right. Let's keep saying. I want to hear what else he got to say.
I'm not trying to do, and I'm not trying to get that money replaced by money where I'm beholden to somebody. I'm at the mercy because then I can't lead. So I can't see how that would happen. So you could consider it bullcrap because of that reason and because I'd have to go out and beg for campaign. I don't want to disrespect the politicians. That's lazy thinking. I get it. I don't mean it literally, but when you're on a campaign trail and you need campaign dollars in order to have commercials and stuff like that, that's not how I'm built. But if that wasn't an issue and it's just about me having the freedom to go out there and convince America that I'm the best man for the job, I think I can take them all.
Confidence is a mother effer, ain't it? Confidence is a mother effer. All right, let me take a couple. Well, let me see if there's anything left.
I can take them all.
And you would be the best man for the job. You could fix this country.
I think I can take them all. I really,
they don't even
really
believe
do,
it. That's
because
someone watching his live stream.
You got to deal with me. What's your record? You, J.D. Vance, you the vice president of the United States. What are you really doing? What are you really doing? You know, Marco Rubio is the real deal because he's a former senator who's now the Secretary of State, and not only that, the National Security Advisor. So he's a very powerful and influential man. But on the left, all right, which is where I would be center left. I'm not a Republican. I have conservative views from the standpoint I am fiscally conservative. I can't stand the taxes in New York, New Jersey, and California. That's where my conservative views are. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like it.
Hey, Channing Frye, is that his name? Channing Frye? This nigga don't believe nothing that's coming out of Stephen A.
That's where my conservative views are. You know what I'm saying?
I think that he probably, his demeanor right here, because Stephen A. Smith cooked on a lot of conversation, a lot of subjects on the Pivot. I'm not going to lie. He was very entertaining. Channing over here, he wasn't hearing nothing Stephen A. Smith was saying. Not even a little bit. This nigga's looking like stone face. Stone face. Ain't even saying a word. He's like, I mean, you think you can actually win, huh?
And I don't like it. I don't think we should
Channing
have
Crowder?
open borders, but I don't think they should be completely closed.
Channing Crowder.
I would be more like Obama in that regard. I would be deporting people, but I would be separating children from families and stuff like that. I'd be a decent man and making sure that we're just trying to protect our borders and make sure that this country isn't inundated with folks in the emergency room and beyond and stuff like that. But I would recognize
it can't just be an all-out onslaught of hate.
It cannot. It would never be me. It would never be me. That would never be me. But the flip side is that I'm a live and let live guy. LGBTQ plus community, you got my support. You want to be transgender, you go ahead and be transgender. You can't compete against women, though, if you were a dude. You can't do that. You can do what you want to do, except that, because that's putting them at an unfair advantage.
Yeah, they should
Stuff
definitely
like
have a place to compete, but
Absolutely.
you're not taking care of women in that sense.
Exactly. I'm trying not to compromise the women. So let's get a category for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let you compete.
They should have a place to compete.
There's no problem. I mean, I would be thoughtful in that regard, but most importantly, when you're talking about economically, when you're talking about affordability, when you're talking about safety in the streets and stuff like that, yeah, I'd love to go up against these cats. I'd love to have.
Hey, man, somebody get Stephen A. Smith tested, bro. Somebody get Stephen A. Smith drug tested, bro. Now, let me say this. I love the confidence. I think that all men should believe and feel as though they can and will win any competition whatsoever. That, yo, if I did this, I would absolutely win. I think that everybody should feel that way. 100%. If you don't feel that way, if you don't feel like you're the best person for the job that you could possibly win at whatever it is that you're passionate about, then you shouldn't be out there competing. Basketball players that don't feel like they can win a championship, they shouldn't be out there competing. Football players that don't believe in what it is that they're doing, they shouldn't be out there competing. So I like the fact that he's 100% confident in what he stands for, but somebody go and get him drug tested. The first person that he mentioned was J.D. Vance. Get out of here. Are you smoking crack? J.D. Vance, that's the person that you would pick first to go against, is whether or not you think you can beat him. And J.D. Vance? Oh, shoot. I think that J.D. Vance, he might be more intelligent. Man, listen, bro. Miss me, bro.
That debate. And not only that, could you imagine, I have to say this to you, RC, could you imagine how my wardrobe would look? I mean, if
you have to wear a Navy suit every day.
No.
President Obama wore a tan suit one time.
Respectfully, I wouldn't wear the tan suit, but I would be a better dresser than President Obama.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I'm telling you, man. My suit game would be next level. And by the way, it wouldn't just be blue, but it wouldn't be the light colors. It would be black or blue, but how I rocked it. Different material, different styles, the whole bit. Oh, my Lord. It would be next level, bro.
You would wear the same Navy suit every day.
No. See, that's what they did. Games changed. And, to me on the road, the White House, the whole bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm driving in the Beast. I'm flying on Air Force One. I'm staying in the bed. Oh, my Lord. Come on, man. My suit game would be tight. It ain't no doubt. I got to be on TV every day. Oh, Lord.
You're on TV every day now.
I know that, but it would be next level.
I tell you what, do you think you got a smooth walk? When Obama walked in that room?
Yeah, well, he's earned it.
Oh, no.
He's earned it.
His walk is, boy, it's a little band behind him. That Obama got something.
All I'm trying to say to you is this. He got competition, and he was the president. He ain't supposed to be no competition.
Sometimes we delusional. I'll give you that. Sometimes we delusional. But we all gotta, that's what I be saying. I ain't hating him. I ain't got nothing to say negative about what Stephen A. Smith is saying. I'm 100% on board. I love it. I actually like this, bro. I actually like it because I think that all guys, regardless of whether, don't matter if it's true or not, Most guys don't have the confidence, and that's why they're not successful. I don't have no problem with what he's saying. Do I think that he crazy? Hell yeah, I think he crazy. But do I have a problem with what he's saying? I don't have one thing negative to say about what Stephen A is saying right now. I like the confidence. I like that he's standing on it. I like that he, you know what I'm saying? I like it. I don't have no problem with what he's saying, bro.
Who's the competition?
Me. I'm telling the suit game, absolutely.
Bro, you don't even win on your own show when I'm on TV.
Absolutely, man, absolutely.
You had those sweatpants.
I tried to, yeah. So what? I was home. You know what I'm saying? I could flip it up, but my suit game would be tight.
Go ahead, man.
You know, my suit game would be tight, and my speeches wouldn't be a joke either.
Now your speeches would be next level.
My speeches would be next level, man. No, my speeches would be next level.
You gonna plan a debate every other day.
Don't run from it. Don't run from it. You got to be honest, man. It's like, listen, it's important. You got to care. And here's the biggest thing that I would say. This is the number one reason that I believe that I could be successful. If I'm talking to you and you got a great idea, yo, man, you got a great idea. I'm not shoving it aside just because you're on the opposite side. I got to work with you anyway. You know, the other day I got heat because they said I was insulting Jasmine Crockett. Why you got to call out the sister? Because the sister's the one sounding like that. I know she's intelligent. I know she's accomplished. I know she's smart. That's not what I said. What I said was, that's not how you sounded. You sounded belligerent talking about the president. You're a representative representing the state of Texas in your district in Texas. They didn't send you there for that. They sent you there to find a way to get what you can for us while he's in office, while assisting him getting out of office so you could get somebody in there who's more favorable to my.
I like Stephen A. Smith. I think that he's a cool person. I think that his confidence is infectious and it's awesome. And I like the fact that he got a lot of confidence. Would I ever vote for Stephen A. Smith? I'm like 98% sure that I wouldn't, bro. I'm 98% sure that I wouldn't. But salute to Stephen A. Smith. Like I said, I think that the confidence is awesome. And more people need to have that type of confidence. And guys shouldn't be hating on dudes that got that type of confidence. Let me read some of these super chats. He crazy. He crazy as hell. Straight up crazy. Out of his mind. African scammed posing as someone you know. Shout out to AJ Wise. Carrington Love Jr. says, yo, I was at Mojo Banks comedy show in North Carolina this weekend. Women were flocking to me. If you are a clean-cut man that's in the space of a woman, you won't have to say a word. They will come to you. You might just got that aura, bro. A.R. Smitty says, my goodness, Lord only know how many members there actually are of the illegal alien police department. That's crazy to even think about that. Shout out to my dog, C. Will. It's crazy how people who have been looking for jobs for over the past 2 years, and this fake police officer and the Iowa superintendent can slide through the cracks. Unforgivable. Somebody got to get fired. I ain't even heard nothing about them doing an investigation as far as who it is that hired him or vetted him for the Iowa superintendent. Jeff Jones says, AD, Canada locked me down at the border for 3 hours. Most people with my name are criminals. Yeah, you got a very, very broad name. Carrington Love Jr. says, immigrants know more about passing identity checks than Americans do. I had a staffing contract with a huge construction company once, and the illegal taught me how to do the payroll accounting. Sheesh. Carrington Love Jr. says, I own a small business accounting firm, and the federal IRS's fine for hiring a single illegal is only $175 per 1099 that you forward to the IRS. Man. Mr. Lott in the building says these ladies had dudes tricked since Escape was singing, you're my little secret, that's how we should keep it. Carrington Love Jr. with a couple of more says Donald Trump has probably hired more illegals than most people alive. There's no way to maintain a multi-million-dollar real estate development company without them. I don't know about that. Carrington Love Jr. says there is no secret a girl can tell on me that I would give a F about. Y'all boys be doing gay stuff with these women. I'm not gay or broke. Mr. Lott says Pradeep down bad right now. Pradeep down bad right now. Safari Nichols says that man is an Enoch and doesn't even know it. Appreciate you. Gulf Coast Bama says, Tom Dog, you know the saying, birds of a feather flock together. Ramada, shout out to Ramada, says Joe Budgeon and the Angela Rye podcast beefing. Check it out. What? I'm going to have to look at this later. I'll have to look at it later. I can't get into it right now. I'm going to have to look at it later. I can't do it. But we'll get to it. At some point. Shout out to you. Brothers Keeper says, what's the update on the women who left their husbands voting for Trump? Faith M says, Anton, my landlord made her husband work part-time. Since he's now retired. She don't want him around her all the time. She's a remote worker and they're 65. He's nice, but such a simp, has no life. Wow. That's crazy. He freestyled that from the liberal talking points, says Carrington Love Jr. Mr. Lott says, I don't think those were the lefts he was hoping to meet. Executive Suite Emily is in the building, says, my daughter high school sends emails about internships and fellowships. They notified us about 12-week program to learn cultural work and compose songs for protests. Really? Justice and collective liberation, ages 14 through 21. F out of here. This is bad. Wow, that's crazy. Clinton Township behavior. Oh, you know about it, A.R. Smitty. Or Macomb. Just a Brown Girl in America says, good afternoon, Anton. Hello, Chet. I woke up this morning monetized. Shout out to the Chasers. I worked so hard for this. I want to thank you on all of the supporters, all your supporters that support me. Thank you. Congratulations, Just a Brown Girl in America. Congratulations. Kobe Fitness says, Tom, if you get beat up like that, we definitely sliding. Oh, I'm slide. I might slide immediately. Listen, bro. That's self-defense, man. You got to have that ooh-wop shebang on you all day long. That's self-defense. Nigga pull me, everything going. Everything got to go. Bro, you not going to pull my coat over my head. That's a that's a safety hazard. So it's only been one president that wasn't married, James Buchanan. He's not even good at debating. Mr. Joe says Stephen A is a fraud. He doesn't take political stances. He just spews convenient talking points. And he voted for Kamala Harris. Latrell M says, this is worse than seeing the kid get his A whooped in Detroit. I'm about to go take a nap after hearing this. Tony Williams, my guy. Shout out to Tony Williams. Says, I think Stephen A is going to be a distraction candidate like Ross Perot and Kanye. Jason Statham. Shout out to my dog, Jason Statham. Jason Statham says, bruh, I know you can get CTE from playing sports, but I didn't know you can get it from reporting on it too. I don't think Stephen A. Smith could win. Perspective. Shout out to Perspective 11 says, off topic, but Range Rover or Escalade, and why? Well, it depends on what you're getting it for. Are you leasing it or are you buying it? If you're buying it, never buy a Range. Always lease them. If you're buying it, always get the Escalade if you're buying it. If you're leasing it, get the Range. I would say probably get the Escalade anyway, just because I want you to get an American car. I don't want you to get a foreign car. Get the American, get the Escalade. Escalade is dope. It's just got redesigned. I think the Range Rover is about to be redesigned sometime soon. So you're going to probably be driving an old model. If you get the Escalade, you actually future-proofing, because they just dropped the refreshed version of it. I've been seeing a lot of the big ones, the big electric Escalades, and I've been seeing the regular ones too. So if you're going to get it, go all out, get an Escalade V, bro. Get the Escalade V. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me see something. All right, I'm going to watch a couple different videos. I want to deep dive into a couple different videos. This is a person that said that they quit their job and they're into YouTube and they became a full-time YouTuber. Let's get into it.
1 year ago, I quit my full-time job and I became an independent tech creator. And in my very first year, I made $151,570.47.
What do y'all think about that? I think that that's pretty excellent. $151,000 in your first year as a full-time YouTuber is pretty freaking incredible.
Now I'm going to break down where every cent of that...
This person name is Becca. Shout out to Becca. As of the recording of this video, has 174,000 subscribers.
Came from. But first, I want to tell you how it started. I went into debt.
Oh, man. All right, here we go.
On August 28th, 2024, I announced that I was leaving The Verge in my very first independent YouTube video.
I no longer...
So, they apparently was a part of The Verge. Y'all know what The Verge is, right? They worked for The Verge, so they got a leg up on you. A lot of y'all will be mad and saying, oh, man, I'm only just getting started, or it take me a little bit of time to build up my visibility and stuff like that. They already had The Verge, and so they worked at The Verge, and so they already had a leg up and more visibility for themselves. So they leapfrogged off of that in order to get, announce it, and then for people to be able to subscribe to their channel.
I work there. In case you don't know, The Verge is a tech publication that I had made YouTube videos for the last 7 years. My plan in leaving was to take at least a little bit of the YouTube audience I had grown while there and start a channel of my own. And when I decided to do that, I had $7,000 in savings and no real path to an income stream. I was not monetized on YouTube, I had no Patreon, no merch, I had never brokered a brand deal, and I was terrified.
Here goes nothing.
What I knew I could do, though, was make a YouTube video every week. So that's what I did.
Rolling.
What do I always tell y'all? I always tell y'all to start off with one a week and always be consistent and never scale down. Only look to scale up, but scale up only when you're fully prepared to be able to consistently maintain whatever it is that you do.
Rolling.
I was having a great time making stuff for just...
I guarantee you the majority of the income probably came from sponsorships and brand deals.
Me, answering to no one, but by my 5th video posted, I'd also lost a lot of money. I had rent, a car payment, health insurance, student loans, living expenses, gear expenses, and on top of all of that, I had to buy a brand new iPhone so that I could review it. By the 6th video mark, my bank account was really low, and nothing sucks creativity out of you quite like not being able to pay your bills.
Rolling.
It wouldn't be until my 7th video that I finally got a bit of income as an independent creator. That was when I got my very first YouTube monetization check for $1,663.48. It was also right around that time that I signed a management deal. This is my manager, Cam.
Camper.
You're seeing footage from a brand trip that we took together last spring. Signing with the manager was an incredibly tough decision for me. I was someone who had just spent 7 years making content for someone else. I walked away owning none of it. So for better or for worse, I'm just incredibly protective over my brand. But within the first 2 months of doing YouTube, I realized that I'm just not a business person. Like, there are creators who do YouTube for the business, and that's amazing. I'm just not one of those people. I do it because I want full creative control. I just want to make stuff. And so I knew I needed to find somebody who could do...
That actually sounds like me. I just, at this point in my life, I just want to make stuff. I'm really a business person that turned into a YouTuber, but I want to be a YouTuber just 100% of the time and not have to focus on the business as much.
More of the business work for me. And since Cam and I have been working together, I have taken home, that means after his commission, $113,483.55, which made up 75% of my income last year. The process goes like this. Cam does his Cam stuff, and then he brings me potential partners. I like to use products before I recommend them to you, so I usually try to get a product in, use it for a bit. If I like something, that's when I start making a 60 to 90 second ad spot. They'll go in my content, and once the brand approves, it gets slotted into a video, and then you see it. This video sponsor is Ecovacs. I've actually been using the robot vacuum since last March, so it was like a no-brainer, yes, I want to work with you. And here's what the final product looks like. There is nothing more satisfying than watching your little robot vacuum do all of your work for you. I think I might have a problem. I'm obsessed with this thing.
So, like I said, the majority of content creators, most of them, they don't make a lot of money on YouTube or TikTok or whatever. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't, because I'm going to use a completely separate example in my next example. But most of them make the majority of their money off of brand deals, affiliate links, merch, and so on and so forth. As a matter of fact, I would even venture to say that most of them probably are micro-influencers. I like to call them micro-influencers. And I would say most of them probably is more or less like 70-30, 80-20. Of what they rock out with.
This is the Ecovacs X11. Look at the mop lines. This is like my favorite part. It's got all the great Ecovacs features that I've come to love, but the X, well, it walks a year work for the new Elf. Just hell out to the show. Let's talk YouTube. Since going independent, I've published 43 videos on this YouTube channel. And out of all of them, my highest earning was my 33rd video, my bike trip video. It got over 300K views and made me over $1,400. And the video that made me the least amount of money was my Game Boy camera video. That only has 46K views, and it only made me 74 bucks. What's interesting about those two videos though is that they're what I call me videos. So of course, as a creator, I make content that I think will perform well. But I also promised myself a year ago that once a quarter, I'd make a video that was just for me. It was about a topic that I wanted to explore. And yes, one of them actually filled my bank account, but more so than that, both of them filled my emotional bank account, my creative bank account.
This is so beautiful.
So yes, serve your audience, but don't forget to serve yourself too. And take risks, of course. Overall, in 1 year, I've made $15,513.80.
I knew it. And I haven't actually seen all of this video yet.
Overall, in 1 year, I've made $15,500.
So she's made 100 in 1 year. And this is why I can't wait to talk to y'all about this in the Patreon tonight. In 1 year, it looks like 10% of her income only came from YouTube. Again, only 10%, because remember she said she made $150,000 a year, and so she's made $15,000 on YouTube. I'm telling you that most, not all, because again, I'm going to use a completely different conversation next. Most content creators look to do brand deals, and I am going to talk about that tonight on Patreon. They are not making the majority of their monies off of YouTube. Now, for me, obviously, I make a gang of money on YouTube separately from the other two channels. Separately from, yep, we got a Patreon tonight. Separately from the other two channels. And we got the Q show tonight. That's correct. All right. So y'all, I'm going to show y'all how to do pitch sheets. I'm going to show y'all how to do a lot of different stuff. So if you are a content creator or you looking to get into content creation, the next week after that or later on this week, we actually got Stock Club. So that's going to be separate. But I needed to do a piggyback video to show y'all exactly some more stuff. Now, if anybody wants me to show my numbers, I will. I have no problem with that.
$513.84 via YouTube monetization, which makes up 10% of my income. Another income stream for me is Patreon. Over there, I post all my videos completely ad-free. I have a chat, and I also do a weekly newsletter that's filled with what I'm working on, what I'm thinking about, what I'm reading, watching, listening to. The newsletter has turned into this amazing way of documenting where my mind's at, and it's also just been such a great way to practice my writing. I think everybody should have a newsletter, even if it's like just for yourself or your friends or your family. It's just like a really easy, good way to stay creative. There are currently 287.
I would guess, if I had to guess, that she's probably made $10K, $10,000 this year on Patreon.
Of us on Patreon, and if you're one of them, you know I appreciate you to no end. In total, Patreon has brought in $10,275.20.
Honest to God, on my daughter's life, I have not seen this. Honest to God, on my daughter's life, on my father's grave, I have not seen this. Boy, I know this game so well. Boy, I know this game so well. I knew it. I knew that she was going to say $10,000. Now, I wonder how many patrons that they have. What is that now? Becca, let me see. Patreon. All right, let's see what we can find. Oh, she doesn't show. But then she's posting the same videos that she's posting. I don't like that. She's posting some of the same videos on her Patreon that she posted over here. So what's the point of making it exclusive? It's the video that we're watching right now. Literally, it's the same video. So on average, she makes somewhere, I would guess maybe she has, I don't know, maybe 100, maybe a little bit more than 100 Patreon members. Something like that. If I had to guess, 100 and something Patreon members. That'd get her that. I have, well, y'all know how many I have, so that's not even a secret. Let me see something. Insights. So my active members is a lot different. I got 19,380 active members. So it's going to be a good Patreon tonight. So I know a lot of this because I've been doing it a long time, and I actually have probably one of the biggest Patreons, so it's a little bit different for me. So
27 cents in 1 year, which was just shy of 7% of my total income. The last 8% of my income, or $12,298, is a mix of award money that I've won, some speaking gigs I've done, and affiliate linking. All right, so that's everything I brought in, but of course the other side of the story is expenses. When you own a business, you pay for a business. So of course I get gifted and lent a lot of tech. I get taken to a lot of locations, but I also have to pay to get a lot of places. I have to buy a lot of tech, and then there's gear, of course. I also live in the US, so there's health insurance, taxes, and then all creatives know the Adobe Creative Suite. All right, that was a look back. Now let's look forward. Over the summer, I was approached by this guy. This is Jonas. He's an incredible designer, and after many video calls and drafts and texts and notes, he came up with this. Welcome to the new look of my YouTube channel. It was incredible working with Jonas. He gave me many different options and different ways that we could go, but ultimately I felt like this was bold, it was true to life, it felt natural, and it just felt like me. And I am so excited to rep this. It's not quite live yet because there's a couple things that I still need.
Somebody says she ad free over there. I got YouTube Premium. I'm ad free over here.
To do, but it will be coming out soon. If you're in need of any sort of branding work, I will link Jonas's website down below. 10 out of 10, cannot recommend him enough. There's also some merch that's going to be coming, but I'm picky as all hell, and like this.
All right, I got you. She stole Molly's saying. Nope. Molly is the only person that could say touch grass. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Now, on the flip side, I think this is Penguin. So I forgot what his regular name is, but I just call him Penguin Zero because I've seen him. I've seen him pop up, and I know that he's one of the triple OG YouTubers. He has 17 million subscribers to his YouTube channel, and his numbers is absolutely insane.
I see people debate a lot what's better to stream on YouTube or Twitch, and it's a question I get asked a lot because I'm like Constantine, the man who walks between worlds here, because I stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I multi-stream. I am the future. I'm the chimera. There's pros and cons to each platform, but if you do both of them at the same time, you create the perfect stew. It's the chemical X to streaming. I have said since switching to multi-streaming, every single person should be multi-streaming. Contracts don't exist anymore except for on Kick.
All right, so let me get, because he's doing a comparison between streaming on Twitch and Kick and actually going to YouTube. I want to get to his earnings. So he actually shows his earnings.
Most profitable stream I ever did on Twitch, and then break it down a little bit. It was in 2022 when Moist Esports won the Rocket League Major, the Spring Major, still one of the best moments I've ever had streaming. I peaked at 75,000 live viewers. It was a very long stream that I did, and it took home 11.7K for that whole stream. Roughly 2,000 subs, but most of it came through ads, and most of those subs were primes. Subbing on Twitch is far more common than members joining on YouTube. Membership on YouTube is the equivalent of a Twitch sub, where someone on YouTube pays $1. So like a tier 1 sub on YouTube for my channel is $1. On Twitch the minimum's $5, but it's the same concept. You pay money and it's a subscription basically. And that is so much more
So I have never personally turned on memberships on any of my channels. I have never turned on memberships on any of my channels. I keep on getting these stupid things every single day. Anton, turn on memberships. I'm actually losing out on money. Not even just on the memberships, but just on, you know, what they are incentivizing you. They want me to turn on memberships and then they'll give me a $5,000 bonus, or, you know, for if I turn it on, and then 5,000 after this or whatever, so on and so forth. And it's like, no, I don't want to. I just don't want to, because I feel like it would be doing a disservice to the people. Because I'm not going to post anything more on here than whatever it is that I post on live streams and whatever it is that I post on videos and and clips and stuff like that. If it's not that, then I'm probably not going to post it, and anything that I do is going to be over in Patreon. So when we do our bag chaser meetups and we do all of that stuff, we deep diving into it from a Patreon perspective. And so I don't want to double dip. Now, I have thought about and contemplating turning it on the Room 9/After Hours channel, because that's a completely different conversation, and I got my own reasons and theories for that. But outside of that channel, I've never considered actually turning on memberships on any of these channels. I just go with whatever it is that it rock with.
Common on Twitch. So 2,000 subs on that Twitch stream is more than I've ever got through a YouTube live stream by a large margin. And 11.7K is the most profitable stream I ever had in my entire 7 years on Twitch. I actually streamed on Justin TV before it became Twitch. I used to do like World at War Zombies on there and shit, but then I took like a long...
All of these gamers, they all transferred over into regular content, and then they just continued to blow up. They was early to the platforms, and then they ran it up.
And then came back in like 2016. But this was the biggest stream I've ever done. I then switched to multi-streaming last year. And what I've learned is Twitch is much higher potential to earn money while live than YouTube. And it's because of things like the Twitch Primes, which have become a pretty integral part of the Twitch ecosystem, and ads. Twitch actually has more ads than YouTube, and thus, since more ads are playing, that's more money being generated from those ads to the streamers. There's so fucking many ads on Twitch. They pump ads out the wazoo, and they are so intrusive. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple years Twitch integrates a system into their player that has like eye tracking capability, so if a viewer looks away during an ad break, it'll pause the ad till their eyes are glued right back to it to finish the ad. It's brutal, but it does have higher earning potential while live for those streamers that have all of these ad breaks that are going on. So Twitch has a higher earning potential through live content. And the VODs on Twitch don't make any money. Like, they just don't. I don't even know if they're fucking monetized. And if they are, I don't know if streamers even see a penny of that. Like, not a single one of those fucking clams makes it to a streamer's pockets through the VODs. But on YouTube, it's a totally different story. My most successful stream on YouTube isn't the one I just had at the Game Awards with over 110,000 live viewers, which is my biggest stream by viewer metrics. The most profitable stream I've ever done, the most profitable anything I've ever done, is this stream right here, my Starfield stream. During the stream, I had 31,000 average viewers with a peak of 38K, which is a big stream. That is a big stream for me. It's actually more average viewers than the Rocket League one. But the Rocket League stream not only was a longer stream, but had a higher peak, and thus you would expect make more money because of the ads and the subs that came through. Well, what if I told you that's not the fucking case when it comes to YouTube streaming? Because this Starfield video actually made $84,000. $84,000 doubloons for a 4-hour stream just playing mid-poop-ass Starfield. The actual, like, this was like an insomnia, try not to fall asleep challenge, basically. $84,000. And it's not because the 31,000 viewers all of a sudden just started, buying memberships or donating tons and tons of money.
You watched this? You watched this, Zeroyce?
Like the biggest documented case of credit card fraud and money laundering that the internet's ever seen. In fact, the live stream itself made $1.6K on ads, and the other $78,000 came from the VOD and the ads that played during a VOD. Now, the membership number there, the 2.4K, a lot of those memberships were just from people watching the VOD and then buying a membership, not them doing it while it was live. Also, the supers and gifts, I'm pretty sure that is live. So you can add the 1.6K plus the 1.6K on the supers, so the 1.6K from the live ads plus the super chats. And let's just go ahead and be generous and say, like, the live stream, while it was live, made 4K. The other $80,000 came from the VOD. This isn't some, like, rare...
All right, now I want to get to how much he's made total throughout his entirety on YouTube, all right?
Because no one's fucking watching Twitch VODs, it seems. On YouTube, when the stream ends, well, now the journey's just begun. Like, now, there's no telling what that can generate. Like, take this for example. This was a very normal, pretty low-key stream. I was just replaying Gears of War, one of the most important games in my life. This wasn't a brand new, hot release that would be, like, algorithmically successful. Like, it's not like something the algorithm will be salivating over, pushing out a Gears of War live stream. Gears of War is older than the hair on your grandma's titty nipple. Like, this is one of those streams where I do just because I really wanted to replay this game. And you can see my average viewers were 10,000, which is normal. That's a pretty normal stream for me on YouTube. But the VOD now has 1.6 million views and has made over $20,000. And of course, I was multi-streaming, so I can pull the Twitch data as well here.
So basically, he's saying what it is that you watched after the stream is over, which I listened to you guys. I'm going to go ahead and put the timestamps into these videos that we're doing on the Millionaire Morning Show, and then we're going to go from there. But he's basically talking about the ads that's playing after the video is over. Once you start rewatching it or whatever, he's speaking about that revenue that's coming from the video.
This exact same stream made $1,400 on Twitch. The difference is substantial. Now you can see again here in the data, the live revenue, 802 while live here, plus again, memberships and supers aren't really indicative to what was live because some of those could have been from people watching the VOD and it calculates here post-VOD. But regardless, you can see that...
Y'all saying he getting to the bag? No, he getting to the bag. He's getting to the bag.
The live revenue was less on YouTube than it was Twitch, but the overall revenue is substantially higher on YouTube because of the VODs, which is something Twitch just doesn't really have, which is why I think you should just do both. Your potential to earn while live is much higher on Twitch, but your potential to earn through VODs is astronomically higher on YouTube. So you're really doing yourself a disservice if you don't just do both. And again, it is a positive for viewers.
All right, let me fast forward to see if I can get all the way there.
Streaming is from both a streamer and viewer side. There are just endless examples I can give in my time multi-streaming. Like, here's another super normal one with me playing an indie game that I really like called Another Crab's Treasure. Fucking Crab Souls. Absolute banger of a game, but it's not like this stream was doing crazy numbers, right? Viewers, but others. And to show this same stream what it did on Twitch, the numbers that it put up over there, it did 1.3K during the live stream, and nothing from the VOD. I can go on and on with the crazy numbers that YouTube stream VODs are capable of putting up. Like, here's me just playing Liza P, fucking Pinocchio Souls, 16,000 average viewers, and the VOD has made over $51,000. I just don't think there's a very good argument to only streaming on one platform. There is no reason you shouldn't just multi-stream. Your viewers are going to pick the platform they most prefer, and I think that it's nice to at least give them the option of choosing that for themselves too. And again, the potential for the streamer is pretty huge.
Somewhere around here, he said he made his lifetime. I think he said that he made 35 million on YouTube since he started or something like that. Let me see if I can find that. I don't remember where he said it. Did he say it on this one? Yeah, I think it's on this video. I must have picked the wrong video.
First things first, before I cannon $1,000 for those frees here on the first place. Anyway, though, I think this stems from people just not really knowing how much money a top streamer can make on Twitch, for example. So let me show you my answer. I should have just stopped this a long time ago, especially considering this is just the Twitch side of things. I told you I'm going to show you my YouTube earnings. So be ready, because here it is. Huge fucking number, an unfathomable amount of money. From starting this channel in 2007 all the way until today, I have made $35.8 million.
Don't ever say nothing to me ever again. Don't ever try to pocket watch me or say anything to me ever again. Ever. Because first of all, I feel like I got to the game late. I should have been on this in 2007. I should have been on YouTube in 2007, bro. Straight up. I should have been on this platform, man, building a following, building an audience since 2007, fam. I ain't even gonna cap. I should have been on that joint. But here we are. That's number one. And number two, just don't say nothing to me no more, bro. Don't say nothing to me. Don't try to diminish me. Don't try to say, oh, he shouldn't be making this or nothing like that. I should be making way more. I should be making way more. But now let's be clear. Let's be clear. I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful. I don't look at this, and shout out to him, man, for being so transparent. I think that that's absolutely dope. I don't look at this and be on no hater type stuff, because that's what a lot of people do. They be on some hater type stuff. If you ever see somebody react to something or whatever like that, and they be like, oh, I ain't no hater. Shout out to him. That's motivation. It's motivation. It's 100% motivation. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm on. I ain't showing no more of my stuff. Not until I get to that. I'm not showing nothing else. I'm done. I'm done showing numbers. I'm done showing what I make unless you a bag chasing or you in the Patreon. I'm going to just shut my mouth because I'm not even happy right now. I'm not happy at all. I'm not happy about the fact that I didn't get on this and take this a lot seriously a lot earlier. And then I actually slowed down trying to help everybody else and didn't push myself as much as I did. So, but that's all right. We're going to get there. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Tiege Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off of life. Patreon tonight at 9 p.m. Starting the Q show at 10 p.m. And we going to get it. We going to run it up. Get that bag. Let's go and get this money. Let's run it up. Let's take care of business. Let me read a couple of super chats. I want to make sure that I acknowledge the people on the Cash App. I remember my first live stream that I ever did. My first live stream that I ever did was, how many people was in my first live stream? My first live stream ever. I think I had like 150 people total. Because I started live streaming very, very late in the game. I never seen any value in live streaming. But I think that I had like 150. I might have peaked at 150 in my very first live stream ever. So, yep. Long journey. Supreme by Nature TV says, when you and Slim do your movie reviews, it would be cool if y'all talked about the original Twilight Zone. Season 5, episode 33, very relative to today. All right, I'll have to document that. BM Book says, just wanted to give a quick thanks. I'm glad I found this community. Shout out to BM Book, man. It's good to find mature, driven adults to learn from. I can already notice the positive change in myself as far as mental health. Thank you, everyone. Hey, give shout out to my dog, BM Book, y'all. He love y'all. We all love y'all. Jason A-Team in the building says, memberships on YouTube take 50% of that money. That's why they want to front you bonuses, even more if you sign up through iPhones. Nah, I'm good. I don't really care about it like that. I'm good. Anyways, again, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all to everybody that held me down. We had a lot of fun today, and we're going to have some more fun tonight. We got Q. We got Shampoo. Shampoo is a funny name. Shampoo is on the team, and we're going to run it up. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Stay focused, y'all.